Blimbao Chicken Shaman, KMK, and a whole bunch of other AKAs. The Sobering Podcast Season 4, baby. We're back in this BI, episode 2.
You spelling it out now?
Hey, man. I will get to a point where I don't say that all.
I like
Let
that.
me just spell it out for now.
Okay, with the 2 letters. It's Lil Frat, aka Ntate Tuso Wadi Podcast. aka Harry Potter.
Issue.
Kiki to fit. What's up?
Fuck. Guess I can't spell that one, but I said it.
If you.
Yeah. But yo, we've got. This is a special one for me, guys.
I know. That's why I want you to do it.
Yeah, do it.
This is a special one for me. Like it's a full circle for me. Like growing up and you see somebody on TV and they're your role model.
Oh, word.
Yeah. Like he's the reason.
You heard that?
Yeah.
I heard that, bro. I'm taking it all in, man. After 10 years in this game, you realize you take in your intros, man.
Yeah. He's the reason my mom hated me when I wanted top 10s. Oh. I needed top 10s because I was swimming with high tops. I needed high tops on Street Channel. And they were not anywhere in Limpopo.
Yeah.
He's the reason I then went and wanted Air Force Ones later.
Yeah.
Like a lot of stuff, the way I dressed in high school.
You're forgetting one thing
Yeah.
that you told me when we did the
I'm getting to that.
Okay, because I
gonna
think
get to
they
that.
really need to know that.
Oh, so this conversation has happened before.
Just one part that I feel like I had forgotten about it, and he reminded me when we shot the podcast downstairs. Then he was like, "Yo, man, you know where I first met you?"
So with that said, when I first met my role model, when ESPN used to have those games.
No, that's not when you met me.
No.
You know what's funny? That I was thinking of saying that. That's not how I remember.
Showcase. The ESPN B-ball games.
Yeah.
So we go out there. I was still living in Pretoria. They were at Melon. I think the last 2 or the last year. Whatever. I'm with Saki, my friend. And then Saki during... I think you were ejected from the game, or you know how they switch players in basketball, you on the bench. It's like, he's like, yo, man, there's a chance. Because he been new, like, yo, Scoop is my dude.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yo, man, I can't. What if I cry? You know?
How old were you then?
Yeah, I was 19, my first year.
You
First
were a
year.
man.
Yeah. I cry, man.
Cries worldwide.
Yeah, cries worldwide.
Yeah, we out here.
Yeah.
Kito ain't no cry.
He's saying no cry.
Really?
Yeah.
I support.
I cry, my nigga. So yeah, and then Saki goes and then we go. It's like, yo, Saki didn't even say anything about him. Just like, yo, man, this guy really digs you.
Yeah.
This guy really loves you. I couldn't talk at that time. It's like, yo, man. Like, he shook my hand. We went back. And then game proceeds. He wins MVP. They give him, I forgot, a PVR decoder.
Yo, back in those days.
Yeah. And the first Slim joins. You know?
Damn.
So I'm thinking I'm out there clapping. Yeah, that's my nigga. All right. Yeah. I'm clapping. This nigga looks for me in the crowd. He's like, here you go, man.
Damn, B.
Oh, lit.
I'm crying, but I'm ready to.
You know, and I mean, for me, I didn't remember that, you know, and when he told me that, it's just those things where you hear about yourself and you're like, man, I'm happy that I am who I am and the way I handle who I am, you know?
It says a lot that you don't even remember that, bro.
Sure, but
it was years ago.
That it's crazy because like an act like that out like is
You should be calling into the party.
Yeah,
I just want
like,
to say I gave him
most people,
exactly.
most people will be on some
respect, man.
I remember this
All the
nigga
time,
when he
man.
didn't have DSTV.
Yeah.
I gave him his first PVR.
Yeah.
Nah.
And you were a student, you out there, you know.
Ask about me.
But let me tell you a story about him. So, came to Joburg, really new in the scene, and he was the first dude I met in voiceover studios. He used to record a lot of the voiceovers that I did.
Yeah.
And then later seeing him here is crazy.
Yeah.
And Ukabelo, I mean, from seeing him on television on SABC 1 back in those days, and then becoming the guy that I have to talk to and report to at Channel O and Turn Up and V Entertainment.
Yes.
So we all have come
Full circle.
Yeah.
full circle, and that's amazing. Thank you for the invite, guys. Siyabonga Ngwekazi. I mean, the streets dubbed me Scoop Makhathini. I can't be at Esikhundleni and not mention Obele, Olanga, Omafu, Oqunta, Okubona, Bezita, Olanga Lokulunga,
Respectfully so.
Akunyama Xaniko.
Respectfully so.
Ladies and gentlemen, Scoop Makhathini.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
The applause drop, actually. You hear that?
Yeah. You remember we wanted Bathing Apes because of this guy.
Yeah.
Well, because of you and among other
I'ma
people.
keep.
Yeah, and I'ma keep.
Heard of stuff, man.
That was crazy. That was crazy. I had to bother him to even take me to the I'ma keep.
Sure,
bro.
Because of you.
Yeah.
Exactly. We were in the Val then.
Yeah.
I'm so envious of this relationship because I've never had a brother.
Neither.
You know, I've just had sisters.
Yeah, brother, dog.
Yeah,
Your
adopted brother.
I know,
Let's
like,
go.
I get it, Jack. Though,
It's just dope, man, to see like
it
black
is.
dudes close in the same vibe. Like I've never seen that before, so it's really nice, man. You guys are a really great example of something other than hip hop. It's bigger than hip hop,
And also for siblings to borderline have the same interests, like fully.
Yeah.
Because when I look at my little brother, it's like everybody just an academic at home.
Yeah.
And I'm just here like, oh, I'm gonna do this in the media, do this advertising, blah blah blah, and everybody just like, and
They're
for
not
you
there.
guys to be like, yeah, they know
It's dope, bro. It's really dope.
Thank you guys, but it's not about us.
Oh yeah. Also, that story then moved on. I just before I close it off, Menzi used to do Red Life Sunday in Pretoria.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Menzi.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Menzi and Blue, and then you guys started coming out. That's why I first saw Malum Cool Cat also as well.
I used to pack dudes in the car.
Yeah.
I used to have an Audi deal.
The
back then,
A1.
the
Yeah,
A1.
the A1. I remember
I used
that.
to pack my dudes in the car and just to go show love and support to Menzi. Like, yo, because we had been talking on Twitter. And I like taking things further, obviously because of the generation that I'm from.
Yeah.
You know, you want to talk to someone face to face and meet them. And also because at that time, I was really on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of people that were on like that in this culture, in this sphere. And Twitter was the place where a lot of dudes were reaching out to me. So I wanted to like kill that whole I'm famous, because I don't like using the word celebrity. I think there are celebrities in SA. I don't think I am one.
Yeah.
So the famous thing I wanted to like just kill that and be like, yo, dude, like I'm here to support you and I'm here for you. So driving from Joburg on Sundays to PTA, sometimes spending money sleeping over in PTA, just to show Menzi like I'm not just befriending you or commenting on what you're saying on Twitter to use you to get a leg up in people's hearts.
Yeah.
I want to show
It's
you
real.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also
That's important to me.
Yeah.
That's
he came
crazy.
through. That party was a jump as well, man.
Definitely.
Like, there were like no hip hop parties in Pretoria that he had on a Sunday.
Was it at Coffee, ne?
It was a coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee in Hatfield. Yeah.
And also, I've always been a type of guy that moves around. You know, I'm from PE, moved to Durban, went to Cape Town, and now in Jozi. So even when I got to Joburg, I never understood being in one place. So I was like, well, if I'm in Joburg and Pretoria is
Pretoria's a
45
drive
minutes away,
Yeah.
let me go there and see what they're about. So that when I get on platforms, I don't only speak from a Joburg tunnel point of
Yep.
view,
Yeah.
which is very important.
That's
Hey.
ultra important,
Hey.
bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
I also
Super important.
I remember I thought I was gonna be a member of Boyzn Bucks because MK one night while we were out there's like, yo man, keep doing your thing, man. If you get it right, we're gonna let you in.
MK has those sentences, bro.
MK,
Like, yo.
dog. And I'll be like, yo, you can't say, we're not even that nice yet, dog. He's like, what do you mean, dog? We're the man, dog.
Yo, I'm gonna be a Boyzn Bucks, move
Yo.
to Joburg. You know, we out here.
Does he consult you guys when he's like recruiting new members like this?
I mean, Scoop was
I mean,
there.
we're always there, you
He's
know?
like, aight.
We're always there.
Yeah.
It's just like like MK really believes in what he's doing.
Yeah.
And it's not about money. It's not about who has more than him, you know? To him, it's like, I don't care whoever has more. If you're not as nice as I am in whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
then
Then you're not coming in.
you know? And I love that about him.
Yeah. He's what is
Shout
it?
out to MK.
Meritocracy? Like that's what
Hold
he's
on,
about.
hold on. What does that mean? I need to ask, you know?
Like he bases everything on merit.
Yeah.
Yes.
How dope you are in your field.
What you're
Yes.
doing. And how,
Yeah.
Definitely.
And that's how he weighs people. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like he really is. And he has a teaching spirit as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got an old soul too. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
I love that.
Even
nigga.
people older than him, he'll talk to them like he's schooling them, like they're like youngins, like yo,
Sure.
yeah, you want to do it like this.
I love that, man.
But with that said, is Boyzn Bucks still a thing?
Definitely.
I'm sure you get that question so many
but
no,
times.
we don't get it anymore. Actually, you know.
Yeah.
Because to us, it means like Boyzn Bucks means like something to us because we saw the movement before the movement was like mainstream as per se. You know what I'm saying? So even now, when we see you guys out, it's not what we used to see. But is it still a thing?
I think it's still a thing in the heads and the hearts of people because we never really fulfilled our full potential as a crew.
That was my next question.
Right? But so in terms of the crew, no, I can never say it is a thing anymore, you know, because it was supposed to be a collective that worked together to help each other get to specific goals. You know what I mean? And that didn't happen. However, the people in the collective, the individuals, if you look at myself, Malume, Ricky, Stilo, Sanele,
even Pigo.
Even Pigo.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about the guys that are still within the industry and moving the levy forward.
Still moving the, what do you call it? Move the needle.
Moving the needle forward, you know. It's still, it's the guys from the crew.
Yeah.
It's almost like Donda. When you look at the Jerry Lorenzo, the Ivan Jasper, the Don C, you know what I mean? The Virgil. They are moving the needle of culture forward. And they had to leave Yeezy for that. So it does hurt me, won't lie, because the visions I have, and I'm sure everybody had, are so great. It does hurt me that we never achieved the full potential as a crew. But I'm so happy that as individuals, it shows that, damn, had they stuck together, there's no telling what would have happened.
I mean, that's hectic, man. Because it's sad not to see it. And just imagine it and play hypothetical games, you know?
True that.
What do you think was the root of the, you know, the dissemination of what it was supposed to be?
I feel like at the time we were a collective. Bubesi, we forgot about you, dog. Stilo, I mean.
No, you mentioned
Now we mentioned Stilo. Oh, yeah.
Mentioned Boobs as
Bubesi,
well.
okay. It was just young niggas. There was a lot of success that came, but I feel like some people, and this is my opinion, you know, and the problems would have had never arise with me and MK because we don't make music.
Okay. Yeah.
I definitely feel like the problems arose with the people that were making music. You know, that's definitely how I feel about it. You know, because me and MK and Upiko was gonna be organizing stuff, making sure that our paperwork and everything was together.
Still is doing some great things for Triple S as well.
Triple S, you know what I'm saying? Or MK and me would be the hosts. You know, MK was really into the merch, so he would have done all the merchandising and the stores, and I was the mouthpiece and the getting into the spaces. You know what I mean? So I feel like we did our jobs.
Because you were mainstream before everyone else.
Before everybody, I was mainstream.
You were the
right?
Like you were the proper end.
And I never made niggas feel like I was better than them. I never made niggas feel like I'm the man. Because I really admired everybody I was around. You know, and I still do. Even though I don't meet and talk to niggas all the time, I still wear niggas' shit with pride. You know what I'm saying? I keep, and out of everything I give away in my wardrobe, I make sure I keep key items. You know? So I definitely feel like the problems didn't arise with myself, MK, and Pigo. The problems arose with the musicians. And it's difficult with music because someone feels like they should be on first. You know what I'm saying? And the ego and the pride of musicians is deep. Especially with hip hop, because it's in general. But hip hop is worse because all you say in hip hop is I me. You feel me? And I can understand that, but that's where it fell apart. And you'd have to talk to the musicians about that.
Because I remember, like, when you guys shot the Umsengo video in Braamfontein.
That was a historical moment,
bro. Braam wasn't Braam before that.
Snapshot of culture, bro.
Straight up.
Well, it was crazy.
It's like you guys like let the corporate see like what. Okay, we must invest there.
Now, and that's crazy to see that what Brahm has developed to be now, and knowing that it started with that and that song. Dog, we have a mixtape, a Boyzn Bucks mixtape.
I was about to. That's where I was going.
That has never been released.
Yeah.
Who are these dudes, man?
Ganja Beats.
Yeah. They have the mixtape still.
So why don't
you
drop it?
Who you talk to from
we can't drop it because I don't rap. So if you have to drop it, everybody who is on the mixtape rapping, me and MK are doing skits there.
Yeah.
Everybody who's rapping doesn't necessarily fuck with each other anymore.
Yeah.
So it's hard to release it because no one talks anymore together. You know
is it that deep? Because when we asked, I think we also asked Tilo when he was here.
Yeah.
And he also expressed it was more on the love side, the way he expressed it. You know, sort of maybe backpedaling because they came forth with the statement that Boyzn Bucks is dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I had said this, no, Doc, I said this a while ago.
Yeah.
Because what was frustrating me was niggas getting on songs and saying Boyzn Bucks.
Yeah.
But you really weren't doing nothing with and for the crew. But you were using the real estate that Boyzn Bucks has in culture to propel yourself.
I remember at the time, there was still a Boyzn Bucks account. There still is a Boyzn Bucks
There still is.
Instagram account.
There still is.
Still is.
Mm-hmm.
There was even a Boyzn Bucks Benz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. The energy, you know, looked like it was being rekindled, and that's why I'm coming back to when I'm saying like Stilo started saying that, well, off the back foot of you saying that, you know what I mean, because once that statement has been planted, you know, he sort of affirmed it. But then when after some time, he came on the pod and he was like, no, this thing will always be love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And those are my brothers, and those are my
but as
my
a
dudes,
crew,
you know
as
what I
a
mean?
collective.
Yeah. And that's what I sort of akin it to. You know what I mean? When you growing up and you're in a family, you know, it's family. You know, you're in one house, you fight, you whatever, but you're still family. You know, and you come back to that house and nobody has really revered off to their careers or whatever. But once you grow up and you're gonna get out of the house, you know, everybody starts their careers, but you're still family.
Yeah.
Still, for me, still Moremi.
Yeah.
Even if Kito were to go to Cape Town and he's living his life there, it's still Moremi, even though we're not in one hub, in one house and speaking.
Or in one geographical place.
Speaking about the same events and going to the same places.
Word.
You know? So that's how I look at it more so. It's like, you know what? Them guys are still family. That's why when you see each other, if two Boyzn Bucks members are at the same place at the same time, they're going to be together. You know what I mean? So that's how I view it now. It's like,
so
okay.
Does that beg the question then, like, are we making a big deal out of it? Like, as like the outsiders, are we making a big deal out of it when it's...
Are you all together
no. What I'm saying is like, what you're saying is like it's a natural thing. Like family grows up and like you do, you know what I'm saying? You become a man and you do your own thing. You have your own
I think there wouldn't
house.
be a problem with everybody doing their own thing had we fulfilled and
that's what I was
of
getting
meeting,
you know?
Forming the collective and then getting the projects out. You know what I mean? We did have our merch out, which was the racing stuff. That was cool. We just didn't have that mixtape out. And yes, it's still family because you still admire and love your homies.
With the van stuff that came out.
The van stuff was more Pigo. You understand? And that's also, no one can mind that because everybody has real estate in Boyzn Bucks. So when MK didn't get lost the job, not lost, but MK left Nike. He had to move and do something. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to say, no, man, you can't do this because we're not getting anything out of it. You know? I think everybody allowed him and Pigo to use Boyzn Bucks and do whatever they were doing because we know that it came with making ends meet. You know what I mean? So the merch and all of those things, that's why they happened. But as a collective, it was, you don't even see a picture of us all together at that shop.
Don't I?
Not all together.
Which shop?
At
Brum.
Yeah. No, there'll always be like pockets of people.
But
not all
not at
together.
the same time.
And I guess, I don't think you guys are making a big deal of it, but I just think that had we done what we were supposed to do as a collective, it would have been fine for everybody to veer out. And because like with ASAP Fab, they started off as a crew. They did their shit as a crew. Then everyone went their own separate ways. And no one says ASAP broke up. Even though there's Ferg, there's 12V here, there's, you know what I mean? It's still the same. So with us, it's just a bit different. And you have, like, those niggas are geniuses, bro.
Truth.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Sanele is a fucking genius.
Yeah.
Sanele was 25 running Nike in Melville. Yeah. He's the one that hired MK, Momi, Smiso. Smiso is a fucking genius. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, I can go on for days, but...
remember, he was the one who was telling niggas, yo, gotta set up your...
Start a blog.
It was a start a Tumblr. Yeah. Started it. You gotta get on Facebook. And he was like telling the homies. And it was early. And we were just like... Then, you know what I'm saying?
Back then, he was the first guy to make merch. The Teddy Paraffin jackets.
Yeah, bro.
They were launched at Dope Store in town there. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. We didn't even... Niggas weren't thinking merch. Yeah. I have that jacket, bro. Yeah. With the dirty dancing font. Yeah. You understand?
The one with the papagay, with the parrot.
Yeah. So, that there's no way that I'll never admire, and I still admire niggas, and I still wish the best for niggas. I DM niggas and tell them, yo, I see you doing your thing, shout outs, blah, 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 but we just don't get to see and meet each other.
If I can ask, on paper, who owns the entity Boyzn Bucks?
It's all of us. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're all registered, all part owners of it, Okay. And I really pushed for that because I didn't want there to be a problem, I pushed for that, and me and myself and Pobese and Pico were really the instrumental ones in the registration of the Shandis. Yeah. I came up with the name because I used to do Top Shayela at the time. And I don't know. I think I went home and I don't know. Oh, Pobesi, I used to visit Pobesi in Soweto a lot. And he's always like, accept Boyzn. Yeah. And then I went home and I started playing with my son. I was calling Boyzn Napaka. Then I don't know how. It was like, oh, Boyzn Bucks. I mean, boys getting bucks. Yeah. And then I said that on Top Shayela. And then we just we took it as a moniker and we rolled with it.
I always asked myself, because there was a time when Lungstar was also like, he liked to shout that out on, what was his show on Channel O?
Yeah. Niggas use it as a greeting, Except Boyzn Bucks. Boyzn Bucks. Yeah. Straight up.
Yeah, so certain people would just use it. I remember even AKA used it.
Yeah. Boyzn Bucks, Shorty's dance. And that's crazy.
What I'm trying to say is that you guys were influential already.
Yeah, man. Fuck, yeah, dog. Definitely.
That was crazy.
It's crazy.
And the plan. Sorry, brother.
Sorry about that, because we were in the know of what.
We were like, so when people said it, we were like,
the joint was like, why is this nigga saying Boyzn?
So we'd have arguments like, what is he doing? He's not Boyzn Bucks.
No, just random people.
Because then afterwards, show Chips love.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
He was just shutting out the scene. AKA does that.
You must also remember. You must also remember. We were like, in those days, we were very touchy about the culture. Very touchy about it.
Because Brahm hadn't gone mainstream yet.
So we wanted to keep Brahm. We were like, yo,
we wanted the custodians. This is our thing. The custodians must be the custodians. You know what I'm saying?
And that was another thing about it. I knew, because I had been on the other side of the game. Yeah. I knew what the North was missing. I knew where they were lacking. And the visions that I had, knowing that, this game is going to get fucked by these niggas. Yeah. Osmiso, Sanele, they're going to fuck shit up real nice. Because at the time, also, niggas weren't rapping in Banag that much.
Truth.
Not
even
that
if they
much.
They weren't that nice.
They weren't that, you understand? They didn't pay attention to their pen like that. Yeah. Yeah. And Smee, bruh, fucked shit up on that. He forced everybody to wake the fuck up.
But also, you think so?
I think Smee put the style in it.
I think, you know what? For me, it was like such a confusion for a lot of people that heard Smee for the first time.
Yeah, they were so confused, bro.
They were so confused. There were a lot of people that were even trying to call him whack.
There was a Twitter account. There were people who called him whack. There was a Twitter account
mocking his lines.
It was crazy. Even Casper was bigging himself up for putting Malume on the song. Saying it's like, yo, people were like, how do I put this whack rapper on the song? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, because that's why we were so precious about it. We were like
that's why we were so touchy. We were so touchy about it.
We were so touchy about it, like, what?
And some people just don't have foresight.
There was a time when there was a time when there was like 10 of us, remember, in that space behind Nike.
Yes.
When you'd have gigs there.
Yes.
There was like 10 of us. Remember, there was like
the
a
World
little
Cup
crowd.
parties times. Yes. Where Ricky, Sanele put Ricky on there.
Exactly.
Yeah, with the changing clothes unit.
Bro, so like we were very touchy on some like, yo, this is the next. And everybody around us was like, yo, what are you guys doing?
Talking about?
What are you talking
Foresight
about?
Boy.
You know what I mean?
What are you talking about?
And now them niggas is like, yo, you got that nigga number? You know, that
You feel me?
it changed from that to like, yo, I'm trying to get this guy on a song.
Yeah.
You got this nigga number,
That's crazy.
Yeah, I just want to say before we move on, if you keep hearing somebody speaking on the mic, that's because we're coming
live
from the sports scene. Sports in studios
Live
out
from
in
the studio.
Centon.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Disclaimer.
Yeah, just the disclaimer. Establish that.
Establishing.
But yeah, man. Scoop, there's a question I always wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
That was so formal. I've never heard you so formal, bro.
No. It's because he came with a...
Always been Scoop.
There's a question that's been pondering in my head. Like you kind of... Okay, because me and you are kind of like the same age.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time when Zamkosi
Yeah.
came on the scene and he changed the presenter game.
Yeah.
Now he was cool, calm, and collected. Then he left.
Yeah.
Then there was you know? How come you stayed this long, bro? Because they're still not after you. There's
Tero coming up now. There's
No, I'm talking about like people who change the game.
Yeah. No, I want to say this name. There's Tero,
No.
Sandile GQ.
Bro,
let's not mention names. Let's keep the
yeah.
Let them get the thought out.
Okay, cool.
Let's get the thought out.
Because understand, like when Scoop came through, he kind of not broke
you changed
the way.
I changed the way niggas speak.
Yes.
I changed the way niggas dress, obviously.
Exactly.
I also changed the demeanor. A lot of times presenters, there was this, I am so cute.
Yes.
I'm so...
Yes.
Yeah. And then that last smile after the link.
Yes.
Yeah.
After
The
I started,
CBC1
you understand? Like
continues,
that, you
Yes,
understand?
yes.
Then the camera freezes there.
Yes.
I remember walking off camera and then it became a thing.
Yeah.
Remember, it was a time when you boom, 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 and then walk off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because
not just the hand gestures as well.
As
Niggas were like really.
they were too cute.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Even the
Too
homies
cute.
now that you mentioned are still his kids.
Yes, that's what I was about to get there. It's like,
You know?
it's still the
I
school
mean,
of
as
school.
dope as this guy is,
You know?
he had a kid, he had a Scoop in him as well.
Yeah.
The two dopest kids of Scoop are you and Fred.
Fred
Very nice.
Kayembe.
Fred Kayembe.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think Fred was a good presenter, but he's got an immaculate brain for writing the journalism.
Which is dope.
Yeah.
We had a
Yeah.
conversation with him as well, like on.
I remember him
few
even
days
saying,
ago.
he was like, yo, man, presenting really wasn't, I
Yeah,
really didn't
he's
want
not
to
the
really
same.
do
Yeah,
that. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, we had that conversation and he just said, yo, I did it, but I didn't really, that
Yeah.
wasn't really my
But yo,
my
if
lane.
he has to write it down and like give you like a thesis on
That guy's mind
nice.
is
he's
phenomenal.
too nice. His mind is
Fred,
phenomenal.
he's nice.
That's one of my, one of the closest people that I speak to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like
Love.
off the strength, off of nothing. Off of just,
Yeah.
yo, man, are you good? You know what I mean? It's
Whenever
like,
you speak with Fred, like when you leave, you feel like you left with something.
Mm.
It's always like he's imparting knowledge all the time.
Anyway, my question was,
Yeah. Sorry, bro.
no one's changed that mold since.
Yeah.
And why are you still a practitioner in it?
Yeah. So no one's changed the mold since. Why am I here for so long?
Yeah.
I think another thing about me that people kind of, they get hints of, but they kind of don't get the full who.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Pop Smoke. The full who.
the woo.
The full who. So it's the fact that niggas don't understand that apart from, and that's why I called myself a representer. Because a presenter is really like a cardboard shit. It's a, what do they call? Fickle. You know what I'm saying? But if you're representing, you really, knowledge is key.
Yeah.
And when I worked at Street Journal, I think it was very good for me because Maria Zino and Tuli, who are the owners of Black Rage, were journalism students from Rhodes.
Yeah.
And they instilled in me that you are so dope naturally. You just have to remember that journalism is what you're doing. You're not here to be cool. That is a bonus. You got that. But if you want to really, 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 really be dope, you must be smart. Now, I had already been smart, but I just didn't know smarts could be used in television. I thought it was just being cool. You know? So, intelligence, research, being into... A presenter also is different because presenters can do any show. Niggas do show about weddings, then about whatever.
Yeah. Master Chef.
You understand? Because of my love and my knowledge in hip hop, I really try to stay to my shit and not try and do everything and be everything and not dilute.
I remember it was music and it was basketball as well.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You know? So the reason why I've lost it so long, I think it's that. One is the intelligence behind the cool.
Yeah.
And this is something that I emphasize to young kids today. A lot of kids in Brahm just want to be cool. They're not smart.
Yeah, I agree.
You know? And
they're not working on getting smarter.
They're not working on getting smarter either. You know? What was the other question?
Why are you still
a practitioner?
Why am I still a practitioner? Is because as I grew up, I got more cultural and I got more political.
Okay.
And it was no way that I couldn't be those things, especially when you work in entertainment.
Yeah.
You realize that my culture is important. Because half the time you're speaking English.
Yeah.
You're speaking about things that really don't pertain to your society.
Yeah. Your immediate society.
You understand?
Yeah.
And so when you grow up, you realize, I need to change. Because if I recognized that I could influence kids on how they dressed, how they talked, how they walked, then it hit me. How more could you influence them in being the real Black gods that they should be? And that's what you should be doing. Because all this other influence you're giving them does nothing for them. It makes them insecure because they don't have the shoes.
Or can't afford
the shoes. It makes them envious. All the shit that you're pushing, which I do love.
Yeah.
But every time we need to balance things.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, the cultural aspect of it made me realize, I've done my job in making pop culture dope. I've done my job in giving money to these companies.
Yeah.
Now it's my job to call these kids back to their culture. Mababuyele embo, desxhosa, embo. Yabo. So that's why half of why I'm still in it. The other half of why I'm still in it, when I left radio and I just did television, I kind of felt like there was no journalism in the radio space. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like there was a big missing link for hip hop. And because I had now seen what my role and my play in Casper, a.k.a. Boyzn Bucks, how that has turned out for niggas.
Yeah.
Then I was like, wait, man. So I can't just leave it with these niggas alone. I need to come back with this thing and go give it back to these new niggas that are coming up.
Yeah.
You understand?
Because nobody's doing it.
Because nobody's doing it.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm still in, is to make sure that there is some sort of quality control and some sort of hand down to the niggas.
Yeah.
And that's very important. And also, another reason why I'm still in, I've never been the kind of guy to not want to change things. I'm a disruptor and upsetter by nature. I'm an Aries. That's why Aries, I understand him. We'll get to that later. You know, I'm a disruptor by nature and I don't like going with the flow. So when I saw what business and what the corporates were doing, I felt like someone needs to say something, and everybody else had something to lose.
Yeah.
So they will never do it. And I don't dream of owning a fancy car. I don't dream of material shit. I really just want to be happy. And I'm the happiest when I'm fulfilling my purpose. And I really admire, like I said, I became more political. So I saw niggas like Robert Sobukwe, what they went through, and they never got shined for it, and they never got money. Right?
We
were talking about that, right? You guys were talking about that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because that book, How Can a Man Die Better?
Yeah.
I read it. It changed my whole shit.
Bro.
It changed my whole shit. This nigga, they kicked him out of his house. He was the first one in Robben Island. He was isolated from everybody. They made his wife suffer. They made his kids suffer. Not once did this nigga say, I'm gonna give in. Not once, till the deathbed, my nigga. So I admired that. Bob Marley was the same. Chris Hani was the same. I admired that. And I was like, you can either use what you have to be like everybody else and bag money and really not care. Or you could use what you have because you feel so strongly about it. Because I wouldn't be able to sleep, dog, if I'm doing what I'm not supposed to be doing. I can't sleep.
If it's not your purpose.
You know what I'm saying? So another part was to just be like, there needs to be someone in the game who does not care about the fucking corporates. And I do care about them because I got a kid. I need to live. But there needs to be someone who is brave enough to check them when they are using the kids and not remunerating them. And that's why I'm still in here.
Hey, see, that's a packed statement, man.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. And then I look at two things then, like, so where does your frustration come from? Because there are times where you express frustration. Right?
A lot of times where you express it.
And then secondly, I mean, we know, like my whole thing about this, you know, I say it to Kito all the time. I also say it to Mkato all the time, you know, with the corporates, like, I never expect them to do anything and I never expect them to have pure intentions for us. You know what I mean? I never do. I like, even if I pitching something to them and they don't get it, like, there'll be like 5 minutes of frustration and then they'll click, like,
that's not what I'm
by the way, it's their money. They don't care about us. It is what it is. You know what I mean? We'll see how we skin this cat some way, somehow, you know? But then the other layer of it is when the people that are of the culture, or we have assumed that they are of the culture, when they sort of assume the position of corporate and culture person and then appropriate the culture and the kids without remuneration.
That's my beef. My beef, I know that a corporate will never be about what I'm about. I don't mind that. I'm cool with that. That is the status quo.
In fact, you expect that.
I expect that. You know what I mean? I'm very, very cool with that. My whole problem is the remuneration. That's all. Like, pay the kids what you owe them. For all the years that you've used their predecessors that influenced them to be who they are. Because the predecessors never got theirs. Or Sugar Hill Gang never got theirs. That's why Jay says, pay us like you owe us for all the years that you owed us. We can talk, but money talks. So talk more bucks. So I don't mind them using us. And I don't have a problem. I'm not trying to burn the house down. That's also very stupid. But I am trying to make sure that the generation coming after us doubles the paper, as it should be. You know what I'm saying? I got onto a plane quicker than my father. I got money bigger than my dad. I owned a house before a bigger, you know what I'm saying? It's moving things up.
It's always progression.
It's always progression. So now if we're not going, and that's another thing, like, I'm not the type of guy to be here and be like, oh, it's just me. It's got to benefit someone else. Culturally, you realize that it's not about you alone, dog. That you have to pay shit forward. So corporates, again, like, I want to work with you guys. I love you guys. But if you are disrespecting something that means so much to me, and also disrespecting the kids that are making sure that your products get sold, and you don't want to pay them, then I'm sorry. It's fuck you, bro.
Yeah.
It's fuck all of y'all. Yeah. And it's crazy because I said this on the podcast, and a lot of people were like, yo, we didn't like the way you talked about brands. Then I said, if the shoe fits, you wear it. Because a lot of things get said about celebrities or males. Yeah. Men are trash. Yeah. I don't feel a damn thing about it. I know it's true, but I don't feel the need to go, but we're not all trash. Men, because I know I'm not. Yeah. But I know that there are people that silhouette fits on. Yeah. Perfectly. So when I say, fuck corporates that are not in this game for us, they just want to do what they want to do. Yeah. If you
as a corporate
are mad at me, maybe you are mad because you know that I'm right. For those that don't feel a way about what I said, shout outs to you, because there are corporates who are doing amazing work for us. And then there are motherfuckers who just don't care. So just take it and wear it, bro. It's still fuck you, bro.
So I get it with, that's why I'm saying I get it with the corporate. Sorry to cut you off, Mukhedo.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, but also with that.
Yeah, he cut you off. Sorry to cut you off. I just want you off
is for me to finish the thought.
Okay, finish your thought.
Because I'm saying like, fine, the corporates, we get that. But I'm talking about players in the game that do dirty to the kids.
Them too. Because if they're wearing dual hats, then
who are these players, guys? Put us in the loop.
I mean, I'd ask him because he came up with the question.
Players? I know you told me about names, so I'm out.
But I'm saying, okay, a Scoop, right?
Yeah.
Like, not like we take a Scoop who's part of the culture, who is in the art form, who's in the space, right?
Yeah.
And then he does work, right? Yeah. And recruits kids. And they'll influence for him, and they'll do jobs, some jobs,
and then he doesn't pay back.
And then they don't get, they just do, but they just get a look.
Okay.
Like, little homie.
Yo, good look.
Because you rolling with Scoop.
I got you. Okay. And that happens.
Yeah.
You know, it's happening now more than ever, because those players have sort of like come into the fold now with social media and all these other avenues that are happening. There's niggas who come from the culture that have gone to record labels. You know what I mean? And I don't separate them. Nah, boy, it's fuck you too. I don't, and Bashuli san. And that's, for me, a lot of things have been a problem. I'm a very aware and perceptive nigga.
Yeah.
So I know, I can feel a handshake. I can see the eyes and what they say. You know what I mean? So a lot of these dudes, I know they don't like me.
They're not pure. Either.
They're not pora. They don't have the porazon is what porazon.
They're not pora.
You know? With great shape like Mighty Kong, I am on permanent AK. Help us like a fish check. This car is like a Hallmark car until you reach it.
Underrated.
Dog.
It's underrated. It's so underrated.
Underrated song. I used to bump that too much.
So I agree with you. And I it's a damn shame we can't mention names. And I wouldn't want to mention names right now. But he who feels it knows it.
Yeah.
They know it.
Yeah. If the shoe fits, boy,
we've had some incidents when people come on the show, and then some people that we know are like, oh fuck, that nigga owes me money for this, that, and the third. So
it's bad, dog.
Niggas is doing it.
It's bad. And that's what I was saying. Like, a lot of niggas are like, yo, man, I'm the one nigga that is not allowed invited in the room. Cause I'm like, Chris Han, I'm going to be like, no, but this is not what we were fighting for. And sooner or later, you know, I'm going to get a bullet, and that's fine. Because there's nothing that I'm living towards like death.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it with open arms. Because being around this shit is also fucking crazy.
Yeah. I mean, like, death not in the literal sense.
Not in the literal sense.
Yeah, not like I'm waiting to be killed.
No.
No, just like,
just a freedom. Yeah.
Scoop is an intense character. He's an intense guy.
Because you've seen the corporates and the media houses cut people out.
Yeah.
Of things they've said and done. So maybe that's
definitely happened to me. I cannot pinpoint it.
I mean, in the voiceover industry, I remember there was a time where you had like a black mark on your name.
Yeah. You know why? Because I didn't understand how voiceover money is the shittest money ever.
Isn't bad.
It's bad.
It's hard to manage. You don't manage that. It's not like a salary where you're getting.
But no. Also the way they pay niggas.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
about.
Dog, it's
you go for a voiceover. You drive from wherever you're driving from. You get to a voiceover. You do the voiceover that's going to run for however months.
Let's say 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
Boy, abonqeni ukucela 2,500 rand. Okanye 1 point. At those times, there were still 1,000s.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, man. And advert money also went down.
Yeah.
There used to be a time when niggas, when you got an advert, you were set for a year at least. And these are the things that I saw and I was like, nah, man.
Yeah.
This is not cool.
There was a time where they pay you for exclusivity as well. Like just to sit down. Here's 400K. Just sit down. Don't do anything.
Don't do anything else.
Yeah.
You know?
They just tell you don't do it.
Now they're just like, why are you doing something?
Why are you doing this? Are we not doing this?
So I had a big problem with the voiceover agencies and with my agent. And then at that time, I didn't know how to handle it. All I knew was, okay, so you're making me upset. So I'm going to upset you too.
Yeah. What changed
how
though?
Did you upset them?
I haven't done voiceover still.
No, but like your demeanor's changed quite a lot.
Like gang.
Yeah, quite a lot.
It has.
There was a time when you were like, cowboy dog.
Yeah.
We wouldn't know what to expect from you.
Yeah.
You know, we'd hear stories like you hosted Back to the City and the Monday you were at ritual stores breaking things. Give me my money.
Yeah.
We'd hear stories like that. You know what I'm saying? We hear stories like that. But that's not the guy
I've had a where my money at Scoop moment.
Because also.
No. I'm not saying justify the act. You know what I'm saying? I understand because like we're in those industries as well. Yeah. There's stuff that we're like, this is messed up.
Yeah.
But there's so much red tape. We also, our hands are tied. Yeah. What I'm asking is, what changed? Because the guy now is very aware.
Yeah.
And he's very like, you're sort of more calculating.
Yes, I think that's what happened. I just became more calculating and less emotional and acting it out. You know what I mean? I'm still emotional. Believe me, but I calculate it now. I'm not impulsive. You know what I'm saying? And irrational about stuff.
Yeah.
So that's really changed for me a lot, and I think having a son did that as well. You know. Having a son really like
but it took some time because your son
he's 8 years old now.
Even after he was born you were still like
dog,
bit out there.
Very, very, very angry with the system. I'm still mad at the system. You know, I'm still mad at the system. But I realized that there is a way that I could channel this madness and still win without maybe playing game or playing along with the people that I don't want to play along with. You know? So that really is what happened. And my frustration with this game is too much. It's too much.
You saw the cocky. Like you literally saw like
the numbers came up.
These niggas.
Like also, like why do we have to wait 30 days to get paid?
Oh, now it's worse. It's like 90 days.
Like keep a 1,000 with me, my nigga. Why? You know that we're black. You know that we got black tax. You know for a fucking damn fact that there's so much that we need to handle and we don't have. You know that you don't pay us what you owe us already.
Yeah.
Then you still want us to wait 90, 30 days.
Yeah.
Why, dog? And I can guarantee you sometimes, most of the time, white people get their shit like this, bro. It's like, they even get it in advance, dog. They're like, oh no.
And then they patch it up with whatever that they them to be waiting for in your
Come
situation? Because
Come
they still
on.
have to invoice.
Come on, pa. And we never speak about these things, dog.
But there's other uncomfortable truths as well, man.
Yeah.
Is that sometimes we even do it to our own.
Yeah.
More
Exactly.
More often than not.
That for me is worse.
For me, that's the worst one, and it hurts the most. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I want to speak to you about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've been in situations where I've seen a Scoop, get messed up by a person that even look like him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
me too. Like
you know
me too. I've been in a room where you're not aware, but like I've seen people of color being on some don't get that guy. And I'm like, but this is the perfect guy for this. Don't get that guy. You know?
But I'm not even talking on like even like a corporate level.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm even talking like even like on a street level where it's like where it's even like street. That's what I'm saying. Or
people are funny style
you
out
think
there.
that's what I'm saying. Like when you say it, like it'll be like F the corporate.
It hurts.
Yo,
that hurts.
That's not the intention though, but like
I feel you, but I'm glad I'm hearing it.
Yeah,
I could always feel that energy,
Yeah.
but I could never pinpoint it, and no one has ever said it.
Yeah. Like even like I've never even said anything like this to anyone. Like when I was still doing presenting, it was like, yo, thank goodness you got this vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're the next Scoop.
You see what I'm saying?
When I heard that, bro, and it was like,
And you were like, that guy's still alive.
one, he's alive.
He's still
Got a
doing
kid.
this. Two,
I revere him.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
3,
That's big homie.
it'll be like I remember even bumping into you in Brum, and you were like, yo, dog, what are you doing right now? I actually want you to come do a screen test for such and such.
But via the same.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And you're thinking about a dude that's about to he's passing opportunities.
I always pass
You know what I mean?
opportunities, dog.
And then you're going to, and I
I'm
was just
supposed
like,
to feel good about like
And somebody just trying to do him dirty,
that's not the compliment, my G.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And that's what made me like, yo, this business
It's fucked.
is not the business for the sort of energy that I possess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I know there's people that are gonna do something with this business. So how do I help that business in some shape or form? And that's why I am what I am, like even now. And that's why even this platform to discuss these things at length, I feel
unedited.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that because we
So yo, tell me, niggas be like, nah, not that niggas.
Yo,
They be
niggas
like,
is
yo,
weird,
niggas just.
But hold
Niggas
on,
is weird.
why does this surprise you? Like, I mean, like, for most people, you know that not everybody has good intention.
No, but like it's
Bro,
it's one thing.
I want to know why are you surprised by this?
I'm not surprised, right? Like I said, I've always could feel that energy and that vibe, but I
Yeah.
could never pinpoint it.
Yeah,
To hear it
is another story.
is another story. And also, it's not surprise. It's like, shit, dog, the amount, like look at your story about the PVR. Listen to him saying, I used to come to him and say, yo, come through for screen test.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking I want to hog the space.
Yeah.
And it just kills me because Inhliziyo Yam Sani is a sharing heart. And I always, you know what I mean? I just always felt like I was going to get that back. And to hear that people are actively trying to keep shit away from me is like, damn, that's crazy. That's really, really crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane,
Harder
boss.
to make it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to make it.
But like there's a saying
But the
that
thing
goes with this thing, like trust your gut feeling. If your gut, when you feel something, like trust your gut. Like,
but that's happened to a lot of like your peers as well. Like you know what I mean, like with the boys, and I know for a fact that's happened to. I've been in rooms.
Of course,
it's me as well. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
you
with
know what I mean?
that,
Like I remember getting a brief saying, "We want a
Something
character like Malum Cool Cat."
Yeah.
but not him.
So I'm in my head. I'm like,
and you know what the
why
other
don't you
thing?
call
Another thing.
Malum Cool Cat?
Another thing is about that. Let's get back to that corporate money game. If I hire Scoop, I have to pay him a certain amount of money. But if what the industry
Scoop
does, I get a Scoop light.
Or someone
Then
who's
I can-
rubbed off.
Then I can
Yeah,
just. That's the industry's big on that.
Yeah.
money.
But Scoop
You know?
Light fucks it up for everybody else because he doesn't charge as much. If you're charging say
But Scoop
60,
Light doesn't know that.
Scoop Light is not aware.
No, he's not aware.
Okay, some of
he's
them,
aware, man. Some aware.
No, but at that time, some of them are just like, yo, I'm just trying to get on.
Yeah,
guys, I remember the brief that there was a brief that you're talking about, and I would like to say it, but I'm not going to say it. You know,
but there's been like 3 of them.
I remember a Cape Town agency. You know what I'm saying? And they got a homie to do that ish. They said, be like that guy. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
And in his head, you could see him, like, you know, when you do those Source Connects or ISDN links where the studio in Cape Town is directing, but you're hearing them in the booth.
Yes.
You could see the homie look at me like, then why didn't they get this guy?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, dog.
Yeah, dog. It's too much. The money is a big deal.
Yeah.
And I think also Boogie had mentioned this, because with her styling, she has a quote. But they won't want to pay her.
Yeah.
So then they'll have to go for something else.
A boogie light.
A boogie light. It happens all the fucking
sometimes
time.
a boogie light knows, and then they just take everything and then they fuck it up for everyone.
There's no fucking up,
no,
eh?
people gotta eat, bro.
Yeah,
You look
people
at that stomach, bro.
Yeah. I guess.
People
People have to eat.
Extra light.
Yeah.
If the light doesn't take it, they'll go get extra light.
Yeah.
My whole shit is like, when the young niggas that are your light, then like niggas will get the like one job, and you know they'll just be like, yo, yeah, I'm here now with this I have arrived energy. You know,
That
like,
one,
I have arrived energy. Shout outs to Dada Kanyisa. She schooled me on the hey, there's too much I have arrived energy in Joburg.
I love
and it's really true. But she coined it so nicely.
I love
And that was scary for me, because I never had that, because I wanted, there's so much I want to do.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I'll ever get to have that, because inside, I'm from PE. I'm a small town boy, dog. You go home, there's cows still there, sheep are still crossing the street. Like, Andina, Yolando. Even for a long time, I didn't want to even present, because I felt I just don't have that, yo. You know, Joburg niggas, you can tell they watch themselves on TV.
Yeah.
Because when they enter spaces, they're all the same.
That's how they walk.
When all Joburg niggas walk in spaces,
that's how they walk.
ayafana namajita. And uyabona ukuthi, oh, uyazibukela TV. I've never watched myself, dog. You know what I mean? It's hard to even, like now I sit there on Slick On Life and I have to give pointers on edit and I'm out. Even on Forever Young, I never liked watching myself. I don't like it. I want to treat it like real life. I want to just do the shit and move on.
Yeah.
Now, because every nigga in Joburg come with that. Oh, you wanking on yourself, man. Crazy. It's crazy. But obviously, I'm not a musician.
Yeah.
So I can also understand that. Maybe as
on yourself.
like when maybe when you are a rapper and you spend copious amounts of time in the studio talking about me, I, the best.
Oh yeah.
Then maybe that is subconsciously gonna happen.
It manifests.
You kind of live that way.
It
you know?
manifests. Yeah.
So that's why I love the road that J. Cole and Kendrick are taking, just to show the kids another way to conquer this Rubik's Cube. Love that.
You think the kids are looking at that?
There's always kids looking, dog.
I don't know, man.
No.
There'll be a
Dog,
group.
there's always kids looking.
Like even with the
I
music
know,
that comes
dog.
out, you
I
hear
know.
that.
There's always, it might, kaloku ixesha,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh yeah.
You
Time will
gotta
tell.
give it
Yeah,
time.
will tell.
But definitely, dog, J. Cole is worth 30 million with dreads. He pushes his own luggage through airports. He doesn't do the interviews. He chills. He's bought a house in North Carolina. He's got a wife. Kendrick Lamar, you have not. I just saw him recently at that Nike fashion show that was happening in New York. By the way, did you see Mante Rebane sitting right behind Travis Scott?
Bro.
Lit. Shout out to Manti.
Lit. Like a row away. It was Travis, a row, and then Mante. Anyway.
Everybody's moving.
The people are watching Africa. The people are watching.
Hard. So that's when I saw Kendrick. I'm like, damn, dog, I haven't seen you in a while. And there's definitely kids watching. And it's going to take one kid. I mean, if you look at what Shane is doing, you know, the blueprint that he has done, even A. Reese, it's just going to happen that now the kids are gonna want to be like those dudes instead of, or there's gonna be enough kids that want to be like all the other rappers, but there is another group of kids that's gonna want to be like these guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely gonna happen. Definitely. And I can't wait.
Who are you looking at in South Africa though?
In South Africa?
The way you're looking at Kendrick and J. Cole.
Definitely Shane, definitely Reese. You know, you gotta be careful now because if you get anybody, you're gonna get killed.
Yeah.
I think Nasty does a great job of being super high-end, high line, but being mysterious and Nicodemus with his shit. You know? But then the jewelry and the teeth. You know what I'm saying? But I think Aries and Shane have done an amazing job at really carving another way to be noticed.
It's crazy. That's so dope, man. Obviously, I'm gonna take it to the other side.
Take it, bitch.
The clout side. I mean, we all know that. Shout out to you. You verified now.
Now,
you already know where I'm going.
But on Insta, not on Twitter. I don't even use Twitter that much anymore.
But nobody gives a fuck, bro. You ain't even verified.
Oh my God.
How did that make you feel? Because before you had spoken about not giving a fuck about being verified. So
I didn't actually feel anything about that. You know, I knew in the game, sooner or later, I will catch a stray. I knew that was going to happen. I just didn't expect it from him. Just to put everybody on speed. So a while ago, a couple of years ago, I wrote, after Shade had released his Yellow, I wrote on Twitter, because at that time, I also didn't have an iPhone. I used to use the Tililis.
I
remember that.
So I wasn't on iTunes. I wasn't on
Tililis.
You know what I mean? I wasn't on the socials even, the grams or whatever. I was just on Twitter. But
you were hitting us with the caps lock.
The caps lock the whole time. And I didn't get this new music streaming way. So Shane releases and I go, and mind you, I work with Shane on V Entertainment. We in the same makeup room. All the time. Shane is making me listen to his music. And I was like, fuck. The last time I saw Shane was on The Hustle. Look at my neck. Look at my wrist.
Different
Pretty boy,
beast,
cut, clean.
Hit you with hit you with the push-ups before an interview.
You feel me? Then I was like, okay. Then now he had changed, you know? And then I saw him at V. And then he made me listen to his joints. And I was like, shit, this is amazing. And there is a joint that Speedster has on his Red Bull mixtape, the first one. I think it's the last song. Shane and Nasty. I have never heard someone
what's going on?
Do that.
Kill Nasty on a beat. And do the nasty. I never someone do nasty with the nasty. And Shane on this song is fucking he's incredible. Just, I don't even know how he twists his tongue that way. I don't know how the formations in his mouth were working, but track. And that's when I was like, shit, this nigga is gonna be on. So we were good. Then he released his Yellow. And I was like, then I tweeted because I was so upset that I haven't listened to it yet. Because I was asking for the physical copies. You know? And he was like, yo, just go stream the shit. Everyone was like, stream. I'm like, I'm not a streamer. I'm physical. I'm credits. Are there thank yous there? Are there whatevers? And then I tweeted, yo, still have not listened to Shane Eagle. Then I put the hawk at the end. And then he replied saying, no one gives a fuck, bro. You're not even verified. And I was like, oh. And mind you, like on my phone, I was checking my phone because I wanted to show you on my Insta. When he released Yellow, I put up him saying, congratulations, my nigga. But I didn't tag him though. Because I also don't want to be like, you know what I mean? Just want to let it be known that, yo, shout outs. It's still there. I actually checked it on August the 8th. I will actually, you know what we should do? I'm going to switch my phone on, then we can get it on camera. Then you can show it as a cutaway. So, in fact, so 1, I was hurt by it. 2, I did expect to catch a stray. 3, not a single bone in my body ever thought of retaliating. Because I'm like, no, man. 1, I'm older. I don't rap. I can't be in a feud with a rapper about this kind of stuff. So I just let it go. And I said, I'm not going to go back and forth with you. Everybody was like, yo, you got to get him back. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm way mature. I understand what's going on. And he might be mad and that's cool. And then Speedster came in and was like, shout outs. Hey, Reese also actually came in and was like, yo, well handled. Then I called Speedster asking for Shane's number. Then I called Shane the same day. I'm like, Vanas, keep on. And he was like, yo, what up with that, dog? Like, I'm like, dog, I was saying I just haven't listened to your shit. I didn't say I don't want to listen to your shit. He was like, oh, yo, I'm just going through so much. Took it the wrong way. My bad. Then I was like, cool. We saw love. Then it's all love. And we never saw each other for a while. Then I got a radio job at Y. And my heart was like, the first thing I thought about is, am I going to play this nigga song? Because as a man, a closer man, mind you, with my pride and my dignity, and being sworn at from someone that I really, really love and admire, I just didn't know how I would be able to go, that was Shane Eagle. He's doing such great work right now. Having not spoken to him personally, you know? And the personal conversation we had on the phone, this is the first time I'm sharing about it. People never knew. So I also didn't want to get on air and have to address this thing. So the devil inside of me, the lower frequency, Siyabonga was like, don't play this. Then the higher frequency was like, dude, no, you can't do this. This is not about you. And you spoke to him on the phone. Even if people don't know, you spoke to him on the phone. No matter what, play the kid's music. And I did. And then we met each other. I think it was last year in Durban for the very first time after a long while. We met each other at the Durban Varsity Fest. And it was crazy because before that, it was Cotton Fest. And he was going to come on. And I had to ask Vaughn, because I was emceeing at the time. I said, go ask him, is it okay for me to introduce him? And then Vaughn was like, it's cool, bro. Then I was like, are you sure, bro? He was like, yeah. And I was like, I see him Nandi, you know. Introduced him. Then didn't see him, didn't talk to him then. Last year, Durban Varsity Fest, I even had to ask again. Like, yo, is he cool with me introducing him? And they said, cool. So I was going up to introduce him, just waiting for the guy to finish. And then he came and he tapped me on my shoulder. And I was like, what's up, bro? And he put out his hand. And man, it was so beautiful. It was so much love. And I thank him for that, you know? And dog, I have the utmost respect for that nigga. Just the way he thinks, the way he moves is amazing to me. You know, I had never seen like someone do it like that. You know what I mean? Because as much as he doesn't handle, he's starting to do a lot more media now. I was surprised to see him on Guy Code on MTV Base. I'm like, I'm like, you on Guy Code, nigga? You didn't even want to do interviews. You on Guy Code, nigga? Or a semi 10/10 type joint. You know what I mean? I'm like, Shane on that. I never put those two together, but I can tell that it's about growth and trying to move out of that comfort zone. It was good enough to get you here, but to get you further, you're going to have to do some other things. And I was happy about that, you know? So it's utmost love, man. It's utmost love for what he's done and the way he's moving. And never was I ever hurt. Never was I ever feeling animosity towards him because of what he said. It did hurt me, but I never felt animosity, not once.
And then while we were talking about just earlier on, about the kids that are moving like Kendrick and J. Cole, you mentioned Aries as well. And then how he's moving with all of it. Are you as happy with him like the way Shane is moving?
I mean, I'm definitely not happy with Reese, man. And this has nothing to do with music. You know, the kid is an amazing artist. You know, and he's given us so much volume of work. My problem is the fact that at times your fans can be a problem. Also, like with me, to take for instance, fans always wanted me to be wild and whatever. But there's a time where you got to realize that, hold on, what you want and what's good for me are not the same things. So A-Reese's fans are a young group of people. And I love the fact that he has worked so well to have people who can fight for him.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That kind of fan base is difficult to build.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as they are young and as they're doing so well fighting for him, what they only demand from him is music output. But as an OG that I am, seeing the game from the aerial view that I do, after 4 or 5 projects that are impeccable, I want and demand more from you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not in a music way.
It's not just the music.
You already got that on lock.
Yeah.
But I want more from you on a business structural sense. And you don't have to do interviews. You don't have to do endorsements. You don't. But I know that he does because he had that Betway ad. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? So,
yeah.
you feel me? But he doesn't even have to do that. But structure your business and your shit in a way that you will succeed in your independent thinking.
Yeah.
Because just like you have funneled and sucked out the air out of radio and lured some fans to your shit on the web and streaming, the same mind that was so innovative about how to get into people's ears is the same mind that can be innovative and change the game of how business is done in this hip-hop thing. But if he then is afraid of stepping out of his comfort zone, is afraid of doing things in a new way, and I said this on the podcast, there's that term, you want to get to a certain point sometimes, you have to do what you haven't done.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Also, that comes with me. Again, coming back to myself when you said you used to be like this, then you are more like, now you're more like this. Because I realized that I'm not going to get where I want to go like this.
Yeah.
Even if I don't want to be this industry guy that goes to these gigs and hits these red carpets and goes to these launches, I need to be smart.
Yeah.
The same innovator that innovated the television game in terms of how I'm doing it, I can use that aptitude and that intellect in a business sense to look out for myself. So with him, that's my only thing, you know, and the examples are there. Kendrick doesn't do fuck all when it comes to interviews and shit, but his business is okay. J. Cole, little bit of the same. Malume went through a whole debacle about Austria and what happened there. The industry is still very much keeping him out of the light, but he learned to be smart about the structure of his shit and what he's doing.
Yeah.
So it's not just music. Personally, for me, with the experience that I have and with what I've seen and what I demand of him, and again, I'm an A-Reese myself. I mean, I know that thing. I know it very well. And what I want for him to do is just challenge yourself in terms of the way you see and execute the business. Because it's going to affect you. It won't now. Because you're 22, 23 now. But when you get old, my nigga, Lil Wayne went through some bullshit.
Yeah.
No one is exempt. And another thing, no matter how much of a genius you are in whatever field, there's always things that you can learn. And rather pick up some things while you're winning.
Yeah. And that's when most people don't want to hear anything from anybody. When they're winning.
Yo, man. Like the thing about him is that I've even taken like a seat. a backseat in terms of like commenting on Reese. Because it's like what I said on the podcast is that I feel like we also a bit selfish in terms of demanding what we want from him. You know what I mean? And it's sort of like we're putting our results and our metrics and our rubric on his journey. You know what I mean? Which is a bit, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, but you want to push somebody to realize their full potential. But we don't know the groundwork that's happening in terms of him reaching that full potential. You know what I mean?
I fully agree with you.
Like, for instance, like I see some positives in how he's moving. Pardon the gremlins in the back, guys, you know? But like the fact that he's got like the Reese effect, you know what I mean? The Reese effect gig that he's putting on now, and seeing how he's going to grow that. I'm very interested in seeing what it's going to manifest into. You know what I mean?
I love that, you know?
Yeah.
I love that he's doing that.
Yeah.
And he started it last year.
Yeah,
and I was very happy about that.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that we are projecting what we want. It's just the understanding of, with experience, you know that just handle the business. I'm not saying be in adverts. Like I said, I'm not saying be in interviews. For a long time, he didn't have the structure. I also know that he's got new management now. You know, which is great.
That's a step,
because it's a step in the right direction. I also know that, Wrecking Crew is a label. You know what I'm saying? So that's awesome. Another side of it for me is the fact that, my nigga, Sway has asked you to come on the show. It still hasn't happened. That's like you are a basketball player, the Lakers, who don't call nobody. Sway never calls anybody. Especially if it's someone across the Atlantic. So when this happens, leave us and what we put on you, your fans. Imagine the pride your fans would feel to see and hear you kill a Sway in the morning. And I'm sorry, dog.
Like, we're ready to say, we told you so, guys. This guy is amazing.
You understand? Leave us, the fans, bro. When his fans see him there and they go, yeah, niggas, now what?
We've been told you.
Man, because you're seeing everybody that's gone to Sway, most of them are nice, or they've been invested in, or you know what I mean? They've got some sort of change, some sort of financial backing to get them there. You know what I mean? And maybe, you know what I mean? Like, this is now playing devil's advocate and assuming sort of the calculated presumptions that I'm making. You know what I mean? Calculated assumptions. Is that you're thinking, I was like, okay, cool. These guys, Universal will send this dude there. Ban will send this dude there.
This alcohol brand.
And then, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, he hasn't gotten a lot of those corporate investments. And if he were to go there, it would have to be self-funded. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's part and parcel to see. It's like, okay, cool. But now when you're weighing it, it's like, yo, do I have to do this now, or do I have to take care of this? You know,
but listen, Cubs dog, you are 100% right.
Yeah.
And before I thought about the Sway thing, before it bugged me, I had to run through those checkpoints.
Yeah.
And then I realized, wait, man. One, even if he doesn't have a label, if he had a great manager, it's a proposal. And my nigga, it's a proposal, and it's going to a company and going, we will plaster you throughout the visuals. Just get this kid there. Flight, accommodate, and he's not even going. If he has to stay there, he stays there. But he doesn't have to. It's 3 days, come back.
Like as in how he went to New York.
And this is also, again, a team thing. When you have a manager, they can see this and go, oh shit. And I personally do think Reese has money. Personally, I might be wrong. But personally, I think he has enough money to go to America on an economy flight, spend a day, Airbnb, $45, get an Uber, go to that station, drop off his music, rap, and then go hit beats Even if Ebro didn't ask him to, but be like, yo, I was just with Sway. I'm in the area, here you go. You know what I'm saying? And these are the things
just touch base.
That, and also, I'm also mad at the fans because they can cry about everything else when it pertains to us. But they're not asking him to be his higher self. They can. Why isn't a fan going, yo, dog, when is that Sway shit happening? You know we need you up there. You gonna kill it. But they can go, you guys, you got something against him. And when I was not on radio, I was hurt to find out that he wasn't being played on radio. The first thing I did when I got on radio is go, yo, let's get some A-Reese on the playlist. I DM'd him because I do this. Everybody in the game, dog. When niggas are doing well, I'm like, yo, bro. Even the girls. I'm like, yo. I'm the one nigga that actually even comments on people's shit.
Yeah, you do that.
I like and I comment. It struck me as odd when I got into Instagram as to why aren't niggas supporting each other? Why? Like, what's in the like?
What does it cost you?
What does it cost you, bro? Niggas fucking act like they don't see people's work, bro.
I mean, there's still that thing. I don't want to be a dick rider.
Yeah, and you know that because Instagram is it's like the Sims games. Like it's like it emulates life to people's minds. You know, it's like a simulation to a lot of people. You know what I mean? It's like if this person is not following me, it's a thing. You know what I mean? They know they watch my
follow first,
or they watch my stories, but they don't comment, or they watching my stories, but they not follow it. It literally becomes that.
But
game
whatever it is, it's bullshit.
It is.
That's you know.
It's gonna be bullshit. It still is bullshit.
It still is bullshit, dog.
You know. But there's bullshit in real life, and it's just heightened there. You know what I mean? And there it's even better because they can't even see it. You know what I mean? It's just an energy that's put out, and it's people calculating energies at
the same time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sometimes it could just be like, a nigga doesn't really mess with his phone like that.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes you don't be checking on his phone.
It could be something as simple as that, but then the crew and some fuck this nigga. This nigga ain't like my shit. You know what I mean?
Crazy, man. It's really crazy. It's really, really crazy. So for me, that's the vibes, man. Like I think, and again, you guys maybe you're not big on zodiac signs, and I understand that. But
Aquarian boys worldwide, bro.
Leo boys worldwide.
It's true.
I'm a Scorpio.
It's true. So when we first met with Reese, it's the one thing that we talked about in our Aryanness and the goods of it and the bads of it. So I really, really love where he's coming from. And I'm super proud of what he's done. But I cannot be marveled in the same way that the 21, 22-year-olds are marveled. Especially after, Paradise, Cutaways,
Lucy's
go on, big up yourself. You should have taken me seriously. L3, and then what was the last one?
He has given us work.
This Mash Beats joints.
The Mash Beats joints
that just dropped right now.
Reese Effect, right? It's called.
No. Because Reese Effect for me was
the one with the Matrix cover. There's a new song that he put out.
For me, it's not Matrix cover is done too.
The Mash Beats is like a soundtrack, but he's on all the songs.
He's on
or the black and white one in Break.
Guys, we're forgetting the most important. I'm only 21.
I'm only 21. And the one before I'm only 21, that's the one that
was 5 gold singles and a double platinum joint from a nigga who's not on radio.
Yeah.
I know the stats, but I want more. I'm calling you high. And another thing is, it's not that I do it to him alone. You heard Casper. And he didn't have to say that when he was international with it. He was doing the interview. He was like, yo, Scoop told me I was whack that lifted my pen. I do this. On a AKA.
It's not personal.
It's not personal. But I do this for motherfuckers I love. And I know that, dog, if you don't get where you're going, it's almost like if you leave the game now, in school, there's a standard, a grade that goes missing. You have to remain here so that the kids can climb on you and move forward. So if you leave, you're leaving a hole. Hole. So a kid is like, oh no. You understand? So, man, I'm calling you to a higher spot because I know it's inside you. Yeah. And I know the fears. And I know the trepidations you go through. I know. And I know that you've already conquered them.
Now, I can attest to that because I remember there was a time you pulled me aside and you were like, yo, nigga, remember that energy you used to have when you had the camera all around us as Boyzn Bucks? We need that shit. Why'd you stop doing that? I remember. All my eyes, like, I was like, yo, where is this coming from? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I realized that in the game, no one does this anymore.
Yeah.
Like niggas really want to see you fall, bro. And I can understand maybe the fans, that's where they're taking it from, like, because that's what they used to. But please believe me, I'm a different man. I really am. And it took me a long time to understand and realize that. Yeah. It really did. Because of my difference, I just didn't. I wish I was like everybody else. I wished I just didn't see things the way I did, or I didn't feel the need to speak on things the way I did.
Yeah.
But I can't help it. Because if I don't do that, literally, my soul just dies.
It just decays.
It just decays, my nigga. Yeah. So that's the vibe with Reese. And I hope he hears me, you know? I hope he hears me. And man, I love the kid. Even MT, man. I was harsh on him because I love him, dog. And I have conversations with him on the phone.
I love that.
You know what I mean? And that's another thing.
Seems like he took your advice then.
Because when VG was like, the game is responsible, you're taking the whole lesson away from what MT should have learned then.
Yeah.
If you're gonna make a mistake and then blame everybody else from it, you're taking away the lesson you would have learned.
Yeah.
And that's not cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that doesn't make you a better man.
That doesn't make you a better man.
Anything.
And even then, it had happened so long ago. But I even said that he should have never said, because Reese has left now and he's trying to build himself up. Here's this guy with more people and still at the label tuning him.
Yeah.
That fucks up with your shit, dog.
Yeah.
You know? And I had his back. I was like, he should have never done that to Reese, knowing that his situation isn't right.
Yeah.
And look at where MT is today. You can tell he's learned his lesson, bro.
Yeah, he did.
You know?
And one other thing I thought of, like, I knew we're not going to speak music, but one thing I wanted to put out, because I was listening to Waves today, MT, like, I feel like musically he's back, like he's never left. The music that he's putting out now, the video that he just put out with Loli, I feel like now we really are gonna see like things from MT. Yeah. He's gonna matter shit more than before. Yeah. And I'm glad now that money's his now.
Yeah, dog.
Like he's gonna eat.
It's a very good thing.
It's a very good thing, dog. It's a very good thing. And the kids don't understand it yet because they're young. But you're not gonna be able to stay as creative as you want to be when you get older and you haven't handled your money. Because you're going to have to move out of home, especially with things like hip hop.
Yep.
Where it's about a lot of things.
Yeah.
So you have to, again, Wayne, it was a shock. It was a diabolical blow to the gut.
Yeah, we didn't believe it. Yeah.
Like, what?
A nigga that Wayne, and look at the volume of work that Wayne has given us.
And look at who did it to him.
And look at who did it to him. You know what I'm saying? So that for me, if there's one, I think musically and avenue-wise and all sorts of shit, we've done very well with the game. I just think the business side of the things with the young stars, it's just once they clear that, then we can then the next wave will us be getting into those corporate high seats because now we've covered the foundation. The new wave's got the money. Because if they do right, they're going to be twice as big as a.k.a. They're going to be twice as big as Casper. And maybe twice as big as Casper, a.k.a. and Ricky combined. They will have more power to then really help others and change others. Others' destiny.
Yeah.
And again, from the way I think about things, that's what it's about. But if you're going to shy away from the role that you need to play, not just musically, I add on again.
Holistically.
You sinking in. I never wanted to register businesses. I never wanted to have businesses. I never wanted that shit. All I wanted to do was represent and go home. But I realized I had to.
You get there and you're like, actually,
boy. akuzolunga la. Akuzolunga.
And speaking of businesses that you've registered, parental advisory.
I'm not a part of it anymore.
Yeah,
I had to bounce. Had to bounce because personally, I just didn't like the content we were making. From Forever Young.
You didn't like Forever Young?
No.
Oh.
From Forever Young.
Okay.
You know? From Forever Young, which was so amazing. Because I only want to deal in dope, culturally shifting shit.
Yeah, you don't want to do just mass.
I just don't, you know what I mean? I'm not that guy. You know what I mean? I'm not mass. Look at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, and I can't act it. You know? So when we did Forever Young, which did a great job, a lot of people come and say, the reason why I started a business is because of that show. People started traveling a lot because of that show as well, you know? And again, it's another Boyzn Bucks situation. I love Lungster, I love Thomas, but I just couldn't be there because love back, Young Tandana.
That's not you.
Bro. and I could have still stayed there.
Yeah, just to get checked,
just to get the check. But it's just like, I literally used to go to work and feel like I'm dying. Spend all day on the computer, just being like, this is the shit that I should be doing, and hence catching waves, you know? So, yeah.
But I mean, I guess there's all lessons in that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's dope that you also realize that, yo, this is my lane, and you part ways amicably, you know what I mean? And that's also lessons to a lot of people, that you don't have to stick into, just because you like niggas, you know what I mean? You don't have to stick with something because it's fulfilling a certain mandate that you're not for.
Showcase.
You know what I mean? And if they for it, it's cool. But
and I won't lie, my nigga, it's hard.
It is, yeah.
It's hard. It's not like, I'm not a wealthy nigga. I don't have spare cash just chilling around everywhere. I don't. But what I do is I put a lot of good energy and thought into shit, and shit somehow works out. You know? But it wasn't an easy decision to make, you know? Having registered a company with niggas, and you know what I'm saying? It's not easy. But I'm saying this because I know a lot of people out there might be thinking of busting a move or doing this or doing that. Follow your gut, man. Like you said, you know, you gotta follow that shit, man.
Never lies.
And with that said, like, because that's Bop, and then there was Pieces.
Pieces
by Bop. You know what I mean? And you had released the capsule, did the dope launch at Dope Store. You know what I mean? Back in the days. You know what I mean?
Was that Dope Store?
Yeah,
it was Dope Store.
It was Maboneng.
No,
Dope Store.
there was another one at Dope Store. I remember I got really drunk that night. When I was still drinking. It was barricaded somehow, and then the pieces were inside.
There was Dope Store.
That was the second one. The first one was at Maboneng. Arts on Main. Was that Arts on Main? The mannequins. That's when
I had the camera out there.
Oh, you did.
With the leather joint. Casper wore it in the Wahala.
Yo, crazy story about that. So Casper hits me up on the phone. He's like, yo, man, so you made clothes. Can you hook me up? I just want to shoot this video. Dog, I was like, not a problem. I drove to the dude, dropped off the gear, and boom, that was that. And he also wore the shirt on, I hope you bought it, you know? And at that time, he was staying in Rosebank, and literally, I think he was staying at this girl's spot, you know? And I just came there, drop off the gear, and he was like, yo, no, you can keep it, dog. It's all good. You know, and just to have those stories and seeing niggas from where they were to where they're at now, and I never feel like I want money from niggas or whatever.
Or they owe you anything.
Not at all. I'm just fucking happy, dog. I'm just fucking happy. What I do expect is that when I do have something that's not the most positive to say, I hope that they take it on some, you know, this nigga real, you know, because before, he just told me nice shit. But now he's telling me some real shit. And that's just life, you know what I mean? So if I've done some good for you, please accept it
the same way.
You know what I'm saying?
Criticism comes.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And apart from just knowing them personally, also for the job that I do. You know what I mean? I I gotta be critical as much as I applaud. Yeah, boy. It's just though, because we have to realize also in America, I say this all the time, Americans are not only pushed by remuneration, because that's one thing that pushes Americans. In America, if you are dope at something, you will get remunerated for it. Another thing that pushes Americans to excellence is journalism. Your XXLs, your Slam magazines, your Source magazines, and now your Vibes, because they can talk. Stephen A. Smith, the shit that he says about niggas sometimes, that's the reason why Kevin Durant will go on the court and score. You understand? And we need that here at home. We need to sharpen each other by allowing the journalists who don't have a malicious intent to be as honest and as critical as possible, because we're trying to not sharpen you alone, but sharpen the game.
Industry.
Yes, as a whole.
Yeah. I think one person I know who will appreciate this is Mesa. Mesa used to be at Slicker. Yeah, we at the Rams joint when we're at third place last week. Yeah, she was literally saying the same thing. Like, every other blog just copies and pastes the press release, put it on their thing. Nobody's really saying anything about anybody.
Exactly.
Like they give, like what you give them, that's what they'll put out. So yeah, I think like she'll appreciate.
And I think also people are very scared because of the fans that would say something to them. And that's another thing that we need in SA. We need thicker skins from artists, and we need thicker skins from the journalists, because also the artists don't like to hear the truth sometimes. And when you are a journalist saying it, then their fans are going to attack you. Sometimes you just need to know that there's water over the duck's back. But as long as your intent is everything. That distinguishes what are you really here for, the sharpening of the game, or are you really here to propel yourself by downplaying someone else?
It can't be baseless. You have to be like
straight up
with your shit.
That's lit. I like that combo, but I still need the answer to what happened to Pieces by Pop.
Sorry. Again, money. Clothing is a very expensive business. And I didn't want to get into clothing and make t-shirts once again, because we had done that with Amakip. I wanted to make a more grown up look.
What they call it, cut and sew.
The cut and sew joints. See, I wanted that cut and sew. That was, I was looking for that name. I went through the dictionary, it wasn't there. Yeah.
What do they call it?
The cut and sew. So I wanted to make more cut and sew. Money. Because in SA, also to manufacture the way you want, the materials, it's just difficult. And that's why also when I got onto Turn Up, I made sure that I wore a lot of local.
Jeez, I've even forgotten about Turn Up, yo.
Bro! Like niggas were not wearing local brands, especially on that primetime slots. But because I had done it, I know how hard it was. I was like, whichever kid is doing this, I gotta support. Because then, and it happened. A lot of kids got a lot of rap clientele from that. And can you imagine that some of those kids let me down at the end? When they got their rap clientele, they acted like,
it's just nothing.
And that fucked me up. Like, oh shit, really? But it's still all love. But it's like, damn. And Joburg is rife with that. Joburg
is not a good place, guys.
It's not a good... Joburg people will ask you to help them. There's this picture on the gram where someone's like, yo, man, can you loosen this the noose around my neck? And while this guy's loosening the noose around one guy's neck, this guy is putting it on and kicking the chair. I've seen that. I've felt it. I've experienced that a lot in Joburg. When you're helping someone, they just want to
throw you under the bus.
And throw you under the bus. Seen it, experienced it, still do it, still see it. It happens a lot. So it's the money, dog. It's the money. I definitely am I pray about clothes every day that I should go back and make them. I pray my ancestors find a way to do it all the time. All the time, because it's the only thing that I know that's left for me. And I really wanna fuck it up. I really, really wanna, because I also feel like we're just a bit safe, you know? We're just a bit safe in terms of like guys and what they can get. Not a Zara, not an H&M. Can't believe H&M is still in the country, but that's just another story for another day. So I pray about it every day. I'm still passionate about it and I want to go back to it, but I just don't have the money right now at all. You know what I'm saying?
That's that Kanye talk.
Yeah. It ain't about nothing. You don't know, Sway.
We don't know. What's the name of your brand? We don't know.
When you talk about turn up, are you and Dukes are cool?
Oh, snap.
I'd forgotten about that until you said turn up.
I don't think.
Hey, but you came up on another way.
I did.
Kind of this sound.
I did. And that was another part of me that was like,
you had to learn from that.
I had been on turn up and all I'd been doing was clapping.
Yeah.
I was like, but hold on, man. I can't. And at that time, there were so many youngsters coming in.
Yeah.
And I would demand so much from them.
From the youngins, yeah.
And I didn't like the fact that I was going to let the OG slide like that.
Yeah.
So I did see him at Zone 6 a while ago. And I passed him because he didn't see me. Again, I have a lot, like the conversations within myself happen a lot.
Yeah.
And I listen to myself a lot. Then my lower self was like, I fuck it, move. My higher self was like, you know what, dog? It costs you nothing. Turn back. If he slaps you, at least he gets it out of his system. Because that's another thing, I don't fight. I've never been in a fight. You know, I've never even shaken a nigga. So I was like, all right. Then I turned back. It's upstairs there. And I was like, yo, man. And he was like, huh? I'm like, it's me. Dog, he really did want to smack me. He really did. I saw him. He really did want to smack me. And then I said, yo, man, I apologize. And then he was like, you're apologizing for what? And I'm like, I'm not apologizing for calling the song whack. I'm apologizing for what it did. Or whatever effect it had on you, you know? And if you actually check it out, my nigga, what I was saying was, let's go back to the drawing board.
No.
The tone.
Yeah, the tone of how you said.
Scoop, I gotta say the tone was...
The tone was messed up, bro. If I was him as well, because we all thought that the song you had just played was not the one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, because sometimes it's just like, yo, man, I was at that point where I was like, I just chalk it up to taste.
Yeah.
Maybe there's people that vibe with it, and I was like, yo, that's not my flavor.
Even your choice of words, dog. It's kind of less sound. And then you said, you understand?
Yeah. For me, also the pointing, you know what I mean? It's just from a male standpoint, male ego also involved in that. And as much as people might figure that male ego is a negative thing, it's there. It's there with every single man. They have it. And then when somebody is pointing an object in your face and correcting you with your art form, you know what I mean? And also taking into account that he's a man and an artist. That's double ego
sensitivity
and double sensitivity. You know what I mean?
Extra heightened.
I've never been good with that. I've never been good with that. I won't lie. And I guess you guys are right, you know? Yeah, I just never been good at that.
Yeah, but you see, that's what I'm saying. That's not the same Scoop.
Like you don't do that now.
No.
It's not the same.
No. I will do it now.
No. But how you
I do it?
That's what I'm saying.
How? You're right.
Because I asked because the way you were talking about why you're saying what you're saying about Reese. You see, if you had said that in the same tone to Ndugza,
it would have been different.
It would have been a different. It would have been more. Let me think about it.
Yeah,
let me think
I own
about
that, man. I definitely own that.
But how did the thing end up at Zone 6? Did you guys hash it out?
We hugged it out. And he told me, he's like, yo, Mbana, I almost slapped you. I'm like, I could tell, dog. And I'm thankful that you didn't. You know? Because he could have slapped me and then just go on Twitter and say, I slapped that nigga yesterday. And then he got his 1-1, you know? Draw. But he didn't. He chose the other route. And I'm grateful for that. Part of me still kind of wish that he would have slapped me. You know?
What for?
To even things out?
Just to even things out.
Ease your conscience, though.
Yeah, to ease my conscience. Yeah.
But I mean, I think for me, I think it was I think both of you guys at some point did operate on low frequency because after that he was like, nah, this nigga's on. He's on.
Yeah, he did the whole like he's on drugs.
You know what I mean?
Blah.
So which was also like, yo, man, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's also like nobody knows what anybody's going through, what energy they portray. You know what I mean? What's the force behind that? And you always jump into, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so I figured that was the sort of low frequency draw.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
We're both at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, because I mean, situations like that do force you know.
Yeah, no.
And it gets murky. It gets murky. Yeah. Like, you know.
And another thing, well, this is from my end. It's my end. Because when you do those things, it's like when sometimes you call out even people like I care about. So I was watching Popcast and you guys were speaking about Umashaya Book. And you spoke about how you bumped into him, but you had that, he's not gonna greet, fuck it, I'm not gonna greet him too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and that personally hurt me. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I never do this and bring like my personal inhibitions or something. But like here, because that's my brother. People don't even know how close I am to that dude. You know what I mean? I lived with that dude.
Yeah. Like, sure.
We lived together. That was my dude. You know what I mean? And he is in a place, you know, whereas he does feel like the industry and the people that really messed with him ghosted him.
Not even ghosted him, took from him.
And ghosted him. You know what I mean? And for a person, because I know how highly he thinks of you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like a conversation with him, you know what I mean? Just to understand, it would go a long way. Especially, you know what I mean? Because I know both of you are such spiritual beings.
Definitely.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And speaking to him, like I even said to him, yo, Masha, I don't understand the music that you're doing right now. But I have to let you create it because you know what, you're an artist, and if you figure it out at the finish line, you figure it out. Maybe we don't understand it right now. You know, it's still weird. You know what I mean? For me, it's like yes, I also want Shandaraba. I want African lords. I want African. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he doesn't want that anymore.
Yeah, that's not what
you know
what
I mean?
I got you.
You know?
Damn.
What?
El Tito effect.
Here's the thing now with Umashaya. I had gotten to a point where I always had to be the higher person in Joburg. And it was strenuous.
That will be tiring.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
That was strenuous.
Yeah.
And he came back and around at a time where I was tired of always being the guy that chooses the higher
being the good guy.
Yeah. The bigger man.
You understand?
Yeah.
Is that?
So that's one.
Yeah.
Two, when me and Mashaya were very close. And the level of love and support that I'd shown him was incredible.
Truth. Here's
another thing. When you say people took from him, you are 100% right. But I don't make music, bro. I'm the last nigga you should front on.
Yeah.
Feel me? Yeah. So now, after such a long time, no matter what the fuck you're going through, you don't know what I'm going through.
True.
If you're gonna come and walk and stand here and expect me to make amends for all the musicians that stole from you when I don't make music, you're in the wrong carpet ride.
Yeah.
You could talk to me in a dress and then I could know, but you cannot take all that energy that you are afraid to take out on these musicians that stole from you and give it to me because you know what a good guy I am, which is what people will do to me because they know, Scoop, just go, I'll take grand. You can shit on him, he'll be fine with you. But then they really fear their enemies. And with their enemies, they like this.
Yeah, smile.
Let's take this picture. Kingi Leo, Cham. Kingi Leo. And I just gotten to a point where I was like, man, dog, yo, okay. It's a tough call for me to be an arrogant, fuck you, dirt off the shoulder nigga. But at this moment in time, if I'm I gotta do what I gotta do. Yeah. Because I also can't teach my son some shit that I'm not practicing.
Oh man. Bit tricky, like I said, because I'm too close.
I feel you.
I'm too close to the situation. You know what I mean?
But you being close to the situation doesn't make someone's actions right.
No, it doesn't. Because I feel like it's a double. Because he had cut off everyone. Because I was the. You know what I mean? I was the one that I had to. I even reached out. You know, another boy of mine was faced with deep ancestral. Both of us we reached out because we'd seen the demeanor he's had online. You know what I mean? And the things that he's saying. And it was just like, yo, dog, are you okay? And it for me, it seemed as a person that has painted everybody with the same brush.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's Kabelo he's a podcast. He's inviting these people to talk. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's in this industry. I'm not sure if I can, you know what I mean? And then it's Scoop is rolling with these dudes as well. You know what I mean? So it's like he had a unanimous fuck you to everybody.
Yeah. And I can understand
you know what I mean? And that's why, like I'm saying, it's like, it seems like it's like the same thing. It's like almost looking in the mirror because he feels like he had this moniker saying, Masha Mgano Wako. He was even saying that he hates the fact that he came up with that because it made him look like everybody can just, you know what I mean? Be like that to him. What you're just expressing is exactly what he expressed to me. Like, it's almost like word for word. And it was like, yo, I'm tired of it. You know what I mean? And I even said to him, I was like, but dog, I was the person that you lived with. You know what I mean? And I was one of the people that said, careful.
Careful
you know
in
these
circles.
Careful, bro. Careful! As Sonny would say, careful.
But like I said, it was just like, it's crazy how, you know, we don't know what anybody's going through.
Yeah.
And that it just takes a conversation.
Yeah.
For some things to, you know, be hashed out.
Yeah. Hey man, I mean, until you guys are together, like it's
I mean, I would love to talk to him. I mean, you know what I mean? I'd love to just and I don't think there is anything to hash out because I never stole from him.
No.
You know
definitely
what I mean?
not.
So but there is love to still be felt.
But I think that's the important part. Like I think he needs to feel that love.
Yeah.
Because even when I ran into him, I think more than anything, he needs that validation that like, yo, you good. Yo.
Ashaya mfethu, akuncanya mfethu, ngiyakuthanda mfethu, akachinja indaba mfethu.
Yeah.
Mase ngihlangana nawe wherever that is, I'll make it a point this time. I'll be the higher man and greet, even if you feel a certain way. That's just what it is. But awuthi mina mfethu, sozoluchinja uthando lwami for wena awuthi. I mean, I hope you find your feet and get back into this game. Or not. Just get back to your happiness.
That's powerful, man.
Straight up, my nigga. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart.
I don't even want to do this show no more.
That's such a thought. You know what I mean? Like, the cross that you bear, Scoop, is heavy, dog.
It's fucking heavy, bro.
It's heavy.
You have no idea, Kabelo.
It's heavy. It's heavy. And it's always like, that's why when a person will complain about Scoop, I always say this one thing. It's like, yo, Scoop can do weird things that you don't like. But I can tell you one thing is that the intention is always from the purest of the pure of the pure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'll tell numerous stories, dog.
Yeah.
Like
there's too many to tell.
You know what I mean? From musicians to, you know what I mean? When you're saying it'll be like impacting people that are close to me, like
even personal.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Menzi. You know what I mean? Those are my. And I remember, like, being at like a Great Dane, and when the people are chilling over there, and you'll chill with us and school us on ish
for no reason.
For no reason.
Yeah.
I just want my black niggas to
I remember just
get
last
nice,
year
dog.
we were chilling outside
the shop
Republic and the shop you guys had like
it
used to be Adidas.
Yeah.
Remember, and you were schooling party time. And,
yeah.
And it went on for long.
It went on for longer than it was supposed to, dog.
That's also a special kid.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Very special.
Very special. Also very emotional.
Yeah.
I know.
That's my dude.
But he's very special.
Yeah.
I mean, and shout outs to you. I had Una Rams in the studio the other night. Fucking special dude too. You know?
Special.
Good energy. Good. I saw him like during the week.
Dog, I've met him for the first time at Music is King.
Yeah.
And he came to me and he was like, yo, what's up? Then I was like,
with a smile.
With a hectic smile.
That's why
I was like, it's like I'm on a Rams. I was like, damn, dog.
That, Tito effect.
Can we edit that? We gotta edit that shit out, dog. So, yeah, and I talked to him and I was like, yo, man, this energy, he's got an energy that I have not felt in Joburg from an artist. I won't lie, bro. He's pure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And shout outs for Maglera as well. You put me onto Maglera, Doughboy, in this place.
Or Majuputu, as you call it.
Majuputu, as you call it.
Yo, words can't express how much I love that dude, dog.
He's a hard dude not to love as well. Smart.
Very smart. Very smart.
And I just wanted to just like do what I could do for him. Yeah. And that's shout outs, man, Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, we need to work as an ecosystem.
Yeah.
We need to stop. Yeah. And that's another thing why I was like, in the beginning, I was like, I'd love to have the last episode of Popcast with you guys. Yeah. Because if we're asking artists to work together,
the creators got to work together as well. Yeah.
Some way, somehow, you have to be the change you want to see. Yeah, bro? Yep. So I'm just, ecosystem vibes is what I'm for. And I understand there's competition. I don't expect niggas to all mess with one another, but do have your little tropical rainforest that you are watering and you are taking care of.
Yeah.
Because now there's too much of me alone. And there's no, back in the day, there was G Unit, Terror Squad, Bad Boy and the Family, Junior Mafia with Biggie, Pocket, Outlaws,
Rock La Familia.
Even now, you got the Jack Boys, 2 Chainz, and so there's just, the energy needs to be a lot more, as much as you don't mess with one another, guys, but are you messing with a group of...
What's that? Steel sharpens steel. If you guys are really on your game, that makes us really on our game.
Exactly. Exactly. Which is why we need the calm. I'm down for that. Yeah. Definitely.
I ain't gonna find you guys pushed us to get our visual game up.
Yeah.
Consistent with it.
Sure, son.
You guys came out the bed with like visuals straight up.
It was because of the TV background.
I just hope we're pushing you guys to get your audio game up.
Yeah,
definitely.
Definitely. This is the second time you be saying.
Dog, we trying, dog. Yeah, we trying, dog. Because unfortunately, we haven't made money from Popcast yet. I know you guys are starting to get money.
Scandalous sound.
That's scandalous sound. Sizayikhanda kunzima, boy.
I got love for y'all. I got love for y'all.
Yeah, we definitely need to get our sound game up.
I know, like the comments always like murder you guys on the sound, like. But like the content is at least it's dope. It's dope,
and you guys say it as well. That's why you didn't put out the Cotton Fest joint.
Yeah. Oh, the Cotton Fest joint was because we were put in a place where there was too much noise.
Yeah, I know.
And that was like really a problem.
I wish
but even if we had gotten a place that was quiet, I'm sure we would have had sound problems.
I mean, I'll let your boy. I'll let your boy.
Like I said, we don't make money from Popcast yet. We are not being paid for it yet. Have you guys started earning money from...
Yeah.
I mean...
No, we like...
Now we nice.
We nice.
That's awesome.
We steady climbing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We collaborating.
Collaborating, you know.
That's awesome.
Even just being in the space now, like, it's one of the things that...
shout out to sports
collaborating. Shout out to the sports scene gang.
Showcase.
You know what I mean?
Showcase.
I mean, it's all collaboration, and it's all about, you know what I mean? Because people love the space of people commenting and also building. You know what I mean? And it's something that podcasts are allowed to do. You know what I mean? Have the space to do. Popcast has the space to do it. We have the space to do it because we aren't governed by traditional, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Things, you know what I mean? So we delve into the meat of things.
And people want to be part of the conversation. Which is the main thing we
also like interviews. I know you're on radio and like your interviews are like different, but when you hear artists when they go on radio, same set of questions. Same. That's why I hate press runs. I definitely hate press runs, man. Like when an artist on a press run, I don't listen at all.
Pella, the game wants to take me out the game. So therefore, there won't be a standard to look to. Then everybody thinks they're doing the right thing.
Yes.
But if you keep motherfuckers that are actually good at what they do, you then are challenging the youngsters who are coming up to be better than this good guy. But if now they want to be the people that take good guys out of the game,
then there are no minimum requirements.
How mfethu? How mfethu?
Requirements,
How dog?
How
mfethu? Like nyanyani.
I agree with you 100%.
And journalism. But the kids are like, but who are we gonna look at as dope journalists if we can't afford Wi-Fi and we can't be on the internet and you guys are giving us this? And I'm not saying all the content on TV shouldn't be there. I'm saying there should be a balance. As much as there's that, let's have some of this.
Yes.
Because we not scared. And if handicapped people can cry for their movements to be taken care of, you've got the homosexual, the alphabet gang crying for their...
What the fuck, Scoop?
Listen. The thing is also now, when you guys do that, you turn it into something else.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say
apologies.
Is... You know what I mean?
Apologies.
Yeah, dog. What I'm trying to say is, everybody can cry for themselves to be represented.
True.
Yeah.
So, if I'm from this culture, I can also cry for representation.
Have to.
And
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and if I am the cream of the crop of the culture,
I mean,
I'm good at what I do.
I
must cry for people who are good at what they do for my culture.
For my
to
culture,
be in the
dog.
space. Yeah.
Because, and the reason why I'm crying for it is because it has done tremendous things in changing my life, dog.
A lot of people's lives. I've seen people,
my nigga, you understand?
Yeah.
So I don't want this to end just with us.
Yeah.
Because school fees are not falling.
Yeah.
These kids are going to need an avenue.
Yeah.
And this is the one place that we have that we can really, really take care of ourselves and our communities, bro.
Yeah. Bro, I must say, bro, I was so happy. I think I told you when I saw Catching Waves. When I saw you do that.
Yeah.
I was so happy.
Thanks, bro.
I remember even Fry Pan, we were talking about it with Fry Pan. Shout out to Fry Pan.
Yeah.
And we're like, yo, this is it. And
yeah, because he was working at, didn't want to put it on TV.
Who?
Since we talking.
Where's Catching Waves at?
Since we talking.
Where is it now?
You don't want me to talk about the fact that...
Okay, cool, chap. Let's keep it moving.
You don't want me to talk about the fact that you put it out there.
I mean, we appreciate your time.
That's what it is. Oh, okay. But I feel you.
But you know, because you know what I mean. It's like, because we understand what
the importance.
Number one, the importance, but you understand the parameters of what traditional wants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what their mandate is or has become.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for the mere fact that you realize that, yo, this thing is needed. And if it can't go within these parameters, let's take it to this place and create another shape or another parameter.
And the reason for me... Oh, sorry, go on.
My bad. And then to follow that up with Popcast. Again, it was like, that's it. You know what I mean? And it was just like, it's some of these things like, it's like, yo, man, you know what these people are not going to give you.
Exactly.
You know what these people are not going to give you. And it's gonna hurt, my G. Like it does. It hurts.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt. Again, twofold. That's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, I could have done the presenting thing. And I got that comment. And then I realized that I can never present or talk about the things that I want to talk about. And there's no way I can talk about it. So what must happen? I have to create it. You know what I mean? And that's the only way that it's going to happen at this point in time. Right now.
For sure.
Because it's, like I said, the people that own the club, they're going to own the club for long. And they're not going to let us in with the sneakers. And you know what I mean? And they're not going to let us in with the language. You know what I mean?
100%.
So we have to literally create. You know what I mean? And it's gonna, some of it is gonna be a shoddy job. You know what I mean? It's like we say, like, yo, you helped us, like, yo, get the visual game up. We understand the importance of it. And he'll say, yo, the sound vibe. And it's that skills exchange and skill critique.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And as it's building,
Yeah.
And there's a kid that's listening to this that'll have the skills to
And
do
he's gonna
both.
come out
And
like,
with the money to do it. And be like, oh, I just actually haven't thought of it.
Yes.
These niggas showed me that I could do it.
Yes.
Let me do it. And then that creates an ecosystem and a business that is actually for us and that we can some way own and control.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And can I just say, when that kid comes out, all of us, the old kids that came before that kid is not taking any of our food.
Thank you.
No.
And that kid is so welcome.
That's not any of our food.
So
It's not our
welcome.
table.
It's not our
actually
table.
More than welcome.
Yeah.
It's needed.
It's necessary.
Because now the kids are subject to the reviews and the mindsets of an older generation. There needs to be some young niggas who are gonna band up and do the young nigga version of what we're doing.
Yes. And we looked for it for a long time. Like when we were doing the podcast, we're like, you remember kids in the early days were like, but nobody's coming up. It's only the old kids who are trying to do this and they didn't last. But we're like, where's the young kids doing this? But also that's when we figured out like shit is not accessible. It's inaccessible to a lot of kids.
Oh,
Like,
so they think as well.
yeah. I mean, I guess, there's also that. But then, there's a lot of mind switching that's going to have to happen for kids to realize that there's things that they can do.
I think another thing about them is they all want to rap. And for real...
Well, it's more like they all want the spotlight.
They want the spotlight, you know? And like, I find it... I just don't think these kids are scholars with it, man.
Yeah.
They really... Yet. They really... just about it, but they're not with it. To be able to do platforms like this, takes a bit of brain power. You know what I'm saying? It's not just being cool. And I think he's coming or she's coming. I would appreciate it if it was a she, actually. It would be so dope. But yeah, we definitely need more of these. But back to the Catching Waves joint, You're right. They're not going to give it to us. And I mean, when I say you didn't put it on TV, I don't blame you because you work for somebody who has to sign. Why I took it to Slicker was because, again, it's a black guy who was doing something for the culture. He was doing only the music side of it. Then I was like, I can come up with this thing that will do everything else around the culture and I won't touch music. The only reason why I did AKA is because it's been 10 years now and he had a Reebok deal. It was me really just giving him his roses. So I wanted, because it would have been easy for me to go, okay, I'm going to start my own thing here. And there's a lot of that also. Niggas want to start their own shit when they don't really know what they're doing. Instead of going to learn first from someone who is doing it properly, niggas don't want to build another man.
It's twofold, man. Niggas don't want to teach niggas. Niggas don't want to learn.
Don't want to learn. You're right. So I was like, okay, I'm going to set the example again. I'm going to be what I want to see more of. Let me go to Slicker. Let me accentuate his platform. I don't have equipment. So I will use the equipment. It's a symbiotic relationship, but I could find equipment. I could do it on my own, but I'm like, no, as carrying my weight and putting it on his platform, using ourselves to just push this culture is a real thing, and let's build a nigga up for a change. So, and I'm glad because after that, a lot of people then started doing shows on Slicker on Life, and I'm happy for that. Speedster came after that, then Reason, and then Reason called his wife Loot.
Speaking of shows, one other show that was quite important and we haven't even touched on, the Full Clip.
Shit.
The Full Clip.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Cash Time. What was it? Cash Time Live or Cash Time?
Cash Time Live.
Came from there.
Ginger Trill, bro.
They came from there. But were you and Sizo like really ever friends, or was it just the show?
We were very good friends, dog. We were very good friends. I think we still are, but we just don't see each other as much anymore. We don't hang around each other the same way we used to. I don't think there's any animosity. But dog, me and Sizo were deep friends, like from varsity days, In Durban. So it was a real thing, real hip-hop love. Like we listened to tracks all day, rapped along to songs all day. Caesar introduced me to 50 Cent. He literally drove to my flat that morning and he's like, yo, you gotta hear this. And 50 had just released Get Rich or Die Trying. I just remember sitting in his Astra at the time and the coin, ding, 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 ding. What was crazy. And he also put me on to Drake. And then he put me on, I've always been a Joe Budden fan. And I think I introduced him to the first Joe Budden album. Then later he introduced me to Mood Music 3. You know? So yeah, it was real.
And that's beautiful, man.
Thank you for that as well. The full clip was like...
Full clip was like...
That's our version of Bobby Twain.
Bobby Twain.
Straight up.
Bro, just knowing like Thursdays. What Thursdays? Thursdays, 9 o'clock, you know.
I'm low-key mad at y'all that you didn't document properly.
You're right.
I'm low-key like super mad because like
right.
there's so many gems that came out of that.
You're right.
Even that experience, like it could have been like...
You're right.
Oh, bro.
You're right.
Because I remember just sitting at home imagining Scoop screening niggas because you had to go screen. And,
funny thing about that. So I think I saw Aries in PE. Oh, I don't know where, but he said, no, I don't know. Yeah, I said, yo, bro, you know I got mad love for you,
Ginger
right?
Trill came from there.
Ginger Trill also came from there.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, you know I got mad love. I said, I know you know I got mad love for you, bro, right? And he was like, yeah. And then he's like, I know this, dog. You let me into the full clip. I was 14 years old and I only dropped 4 lines amongst a group of grown-ass men that you were saying no to. You were like, yo, you kid, come in. And from that day, I knew that I had something. So the stories are crazy, you know? Yeah, man, the clip. I really do wish we would have visualized it, man.
Yeah,
man, that was.
I blame YFM as well because YFM is like should have like documented a lot.
After Hot 9 at 9,
that needs a docu. Like it actually needs a documentary, bro.
Because like you think about all the rappers that we sit down with. Tell us your experience of the full clip. You know what I'm saying? From the story you told from recently to...
Hey, yo, we just drawing up the treatment right now. Hey, yo.
We're doing it.
That's dope.
We're doing it.
And you wouldn't even have to have me and Caesar in it. You just talk about that. Oh, but you have to.
We need that, yo.
Yo, that'll be dope.
Bro.
Yeah, we'll hit you up in a month, like with a solid
good,
plan.
We appreciate.
Trust
it.
me. We need a full clip documentary. Yo.
Yeah, the full
trust
clip
me.
was
Trust me. Like,
I was still in Pretoria at that time. Before we went out Thursday night, I'm gonna have to listen to the full clip, man.
And that's like another story because it's like my boy Inter, because we were studying law together.
Yeah.
And you would come through for a BlackBerry activation.
Yes.
You had niggas come through to spit. Smashes went on.
Yeah.
And Inter came on. They both did well, like, but like Inter really murked it, like, cause he did the punchline.
Yeah.
Like everything's like punchline. Not even Jang, because he's nice with the English joints as well. And you hounded him like, yo, you have to come to full clip.
There was the battle with Inter and somebody on
Prince D. I'm telling you, that's a story.
Yo, you niggas done my game,
bro. I was in it, bro. Like, now it's like Inter at that time couldn't get transport to go to studio. So me and Jax at the time, and he's close with my boy Jax. And like, yo, niggas, I can't go. We like, yo, you have to. You know what I mean? And we had this other rich dude like that lived on the second floor, and I knew he had a whip. So I go, the guy he was our Apple Connect, remember?
Oh, yeah,
that dude, Taki. Go to Taki, I'm like, yo, Taki, dog, please, this nigga needs to go. Like, yo, this rap shit, what's this rap shit?
He was a young nigga.
He was just about his money. He come through. We students got the plasma and everything. He's like, yo.
He's like, yo, you need a MacBook? Yeah, you 7.5, I got you. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Shout out to him. And then he's like, all right, cool, I'll drive you. Don't worry about it. We drive him there. And we get up there. And Inter starts spitting, like he's going off, right? But Caesar's not really feeling into that much, you know what I mean? I don't know, like he was like, all right, you weren't there. Genocide had to screen us, you know what I mean? Cool, Ginger came through, he killed it. And whilst Prince D is there, he's like the king of full clip, like, cause he's the one with the dope freestyles, like he just freestyles off. Kills it. But now Inter's like, I didn't get my shine. so Inter starts interjecting while dude he starts interjecting. and Caesar's like, yo, what the fuck is this dude doing? Yo, dude, chill. You know what I mean? But now, because now this guy has been reprimanded right now, so we fall back because we like a whole crew, like we fall back. But now Prince D's like, yeah, yo, niggas just all want to shine, you know what I mean? So now he's throwing a shot at Inter.
He's sure.
But C's being the fair dude that he was, like, shout out to him for that. He was like, okay, so now it's fair game. So you dissed him. This dude gotta come on the mic, and Inter just
you and hard.
Where's Inter now?
Inter, he's a fully fledged lawyer right now. You know what I mean?
Word.
Yeah,
he's got a tattoo of Nipsey Hussle on his arm.
Tattoo of Nipsey.
That's
Dog,
crazy.
nobody loves hip hop like that. Like,
Because he worked at the restaurant at some point.
Loves hip-hop.
yeah, he still loves it. And
hard.
every time he always hits me up about, he's like, yo, bro, like, you remember when Scoop hit me up and told me, like, yo, let's go. And you organized the ride. That's like,
did I organize the ride?
No, he said, I had to organize the ride.
I was like, yo, I
But
did
he
too
was
much.
like,
You see,
yo,
like
man.
how like that's a whole documentary.
That's
like,
a whole
he's
dog. That's
you know?
that's crazy.
And also seeing where the kids are, like,
Yeah.
now.
What I feel sorry about is the niggas from the South.
Yeah.
Because, like, they really, you know, like, they really, really looked forward to those Thursdays. And then when it was done,
But then Njenge raps.
with the
Njenge raps.
then Jingy raps, they used to kill it with the punchlines.
Yeah.
Njenge. Yeah, then Njenge. What's the Njenge spots? Yeah, those niggas, man.
The energy
There's a kid also that is just disappeared. Eugene, singer. He's on this kid is amazing. Eugene. Dimlibele. Ba uphi ngoku, but yes, this dog. He can write, he can rap, he can sing. Hey, unhlwembu kakhulu. I saw him in Bram like 2 years back, and he had some joints that he made me listen to, and it was so fire. I actually was saying to him, you should ghostwrite for me. Like, I wanted to take that whole album and spin it. That's how dope it was. Yeah, you know. But then again, I was like, I can't, you know. I just respect the artists too much to even try and do what they're doing. I really do. So I understand some people do it, but it's not for me. Like, I really
It's a
just
discipline.
It's a discipline.
It's a discipline, yeah.
Because I'm just thinking of that battle. You know, UNC, you guys put money on it. Like, whoever won the battle.
They're so dope.
I remember, oh shit.
The guys were impressed. So like, you and C's were not like.
Yeah, with niggas, sometimes niggas, they stay, you know, niggas, they choke sometimes.
It happens.
It happens, especially when there's money on in YFM.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I remember, that was so dope.
But the thing is, with the game, also for me, I was never the kind of guy to sit in the victory. And I guess coming from basketball, you know, you as good as your last game. If you win the last game, forget that. I need to practice for the next one. You know. So I was never, and it's detrimental to me sometimes. I never get to pat myself on the back, and I never get to look at what I'm doing. It only happens later. Like, I'm only doing a lot of interviews now because of the 10-year. I'm like, it's a decade. I can talk about some shit.
Decade.
It's more than a decade for me.
In general, I was in high school.
Yeah, 2006. You know, it's more than a decade. And that's why I'm feeling comfortable speaking much more now.
Yeah.
Because at least after 10 years, I can speak. But now, when looking back, you're like, damn, a nigga, you know, you put in some work in these streets. Like, if I was a nigga on the corner, there's a lot of bodies on my name, son. I put a lot of niggas to the dirt, you know what I mean? And I do my number like a football player, you know what I'm saying? No snitching, no 6ix9ing. You heard? I do my number, son. So it's nice to have these times. So a brother, I know I'm loud as fuck, right? It's nice to have these times to just look back and go, And it hasn't always been good. I don't want to talk about the good shit I've done, which is why sometimes I'm also hard on young artists. Like, I've made so many mistakes, and you know this. You work with me. You know, just missing shows, not caring, because of whatever reasons. Even if I'm mad again, which is why, like, I understand Reese. You know, I was mad at the game and the people in it, and I feel like the game is heavily racist, but in a very smart way.
You
know, in a very smart way. And it made me feel so angry. It made me feel very angry the way that these people were talking and treating us. And the way I chose to fight back was to be defiant. You know? And that's not a good move. You know? Even if you feeling it, but you've got to be smart about how you attack warfare.
Yeah.
You know? And at that time, being the emotional guy, I just wasn't smart. The emotions took over me and I just felt like, man, fuck you guys. Yeah. Exactly again why I understand the Reese. You know? So more than anything, I know, and I'm telling them, not like this, bro. You know? Not like this. Think about it more. And you can still achieve what you want to achieve, but in a more samurai kind of way. So I've made a lot of mistakes. And I used to always say that I used to say this to C's. I'm like, I think the game gonna Dame Dash me. You know, sooner or later, they looking for a way to Dame Dash me. But it's hard because I come with such a developed, diverse, multifaceted, multi-talented skill set that also understands how to maneuver behind closed doors, underneath the bushes, or through the fog.
In a room full of vultures.
You understand? So, yeah, I don't want people to look at this and be like, oh, well, geez, bro, you're not like the knight in shining armor. No, I'm not. And I can be honest about it. Jeez, bro. You know, and I can be honest about that. And to let kids know that when I come from that critical point of view, I'm coming from a person who's made the soup and drank it and it caused him diarrhea. So don't do the same thing.
That's way to end it. Hey, man.
Damn, man.
But that said, man, I ticked off one of my dreams.
Another thing I wanted to talk about when we talk about interviews, because we're talking about journalism.
Yeah.
It does perturb, it does rub me the wrong way.
No, you could have used perturb.
Perturb, yeah. I just didn't want to confuse my listeners.
Okay.
You know? Because as we are doing this journalism thing, sometimes artists think they are too big for us.
Oh, yeah.
To do interviews with.
Yeah.
Especially when, no one has a problem doing interviews on the come up.
Yeah.
When niggas get on and they nice,
they don't need us.
They don't need us no more. Which I do fully understand. I fully understand that. But we've talked about the fact that it's not only the acts and the music that pushes the culture, it's also the journalism.
Yeah.
So if we take them seriously, they're going to have to take us seriously. Yeah. Now, the problem is, Amajita are cool to do interviews with overseas people, but they won't do that interview with you here because you're South African.
Yeah.
But yet, they can ask the South African public to not support overseas music and support them. That is not... it's not congruent.
Do you know what's funny?
You can't say to fans, don't support overseas, support local. When you have a chance to support local or do something for local, you'd rather choose overseas. And I'm not putting anybody out. I'm just saying that if we are going to have to sustain ourselves on this journalistic tip and also improve the game, we need they buy in and they play in. I can understand if they don't want to do it, but I'm just addressing that so that people out there can see that, oh, okay, this is the vibes. Because niggas are cool with going, I'll do that interview, but even if you are number one here at home, I'll pull it. And I understand it. Maybe you feel like we're trying to be famous of getting you on interviews, which is definitely not the case.
Half the time they think like it's not a fair trade, like they're doing more for you than you're doing for them.
But they're not doing anything for you. Yeah. It's for their fans.
Yeah, exactly.
For the fans.
But that's not how they see it.
But for me, I could see why some of them wouldn't want to go to certain places because of the certain questioning. Like if if you're watching the caliber of journalists that's going to be asking you the question. That's why I don't, maybe you won't have much of a problem with calling somebody to get an interview because people respect you and people understand the line of question that's going to come with it and the story that's going to come with it. You know what I mean? There's currency in the fact that they can convey certain information in a certain way as opposed to being asked, what's this? Like, how did you come up with the name Scoop?
What can we expect on
the album? And that's what I'm saying. I feel that and understand when they not want to do them. But if they don't want to do them with us, then there's a problem. You understand what I'm saying? It's a real big problem. And I only say that to say that it's hypocritical for them to say they want support from home. But yet they're not doing what they can do to support other things at home.
I was saying that it reminds me of this thing from b.k.a. a long time ago. I think it was a video on Twitter. He was telling people to support local, but just from the way he was dressed, like in overseas attire. So my cousin and I laughed hard and like, we can't take this. Not this one. Not this one. Not right now. Not while you're like this. No. So yeah. So overseas still gets that, man. Like,
overseas still gets it, dog. And I mean, I understand it. You know, I understand it. And it's not to say we're not going to go overseas. Niggas don't know where our trajectories are lying. You know? And when we get there, I'm not going to be the nigga to be like, nah, I ain't going to talk to this motherfucker. You know? So I understand it. I just need them to be cognizant of the fact that someone like me sees that. And besides it being about me, it's really about, are you really about what you say you are about? Or you just politicking to get people to support you because it seems like you're down for. You know what I mean? But you really not. You know? You say all the right things, tweet, post all the right things, but are you really down for us? Or are you just you feel me?
Hey, a lot of gonna feel that.
I know,
and it's real.
I know. And I'm not trying to attack. I'm just really trying to speak from an artistic an expertise point of view, because we're not building these platforms to do nothing with them. And, you know, I respect you guys and your mentality and the way you approach it so much, you know, that we need people in these chairs. But yo, I won't lie. You niggas, people might be scared of y'all. People might be scared because y'all questioning this. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I definitely know people are scared to come here. I definitely know that for a fact. I mean, I haven't talked to anybody, but because you're hip hop intellectuals, so you might embarrass the artists sometime. You know what I mean? And they're like, "Hey, do I really want to sit there with them?"
You know the best thing in life. Just be honest, though.
The thing is, you know, that's it.
Just be honest.
That's it.
And which is one thing I hate about Josie kids. They don't have an I don't know or please tell me more. They don't. Niggas always want to know. Niggas always want to be the one.
No, they always know.
Always know. Oh yeah.
And that's what it is.
That shit. I hate that shit.
I know the homie. And it's just the homie.
It's like, yo, come on, man.
Sometimes niggas be referencing the wrong shit. You can't even correct niggas, dog. Yo. You're like, but it wasn't that artist.
Scoop, I tried to correct you once, dog.
Where is this?
I love it when I correct my OGs. I've corrected Kito once and I'll never let him forget it. Yo, let's settle this one. It's international.
No.
It's an international fact.
Yeah.
Did Kanye have producer credits on Ether?
Nah, it's Ron Browse.
As far as I know,
it's Ron Browse.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't see his name. I didn't see it. But he does mention that he on College Dropout.
He's got producer credits on Takeover.
Oh, sorry. On Takeover, I'm confusing. Yeah.
Because Scoop on Twitter, I'm gonna have to put that on blast. Because on Twitter you had said,
I saw that.
And then I tried to correct, and Scoop ghosted me.
What was it?
Like power
was it
beat.
Recently, ne?
Yeah, it was recent. It was kind of recent, like a couple of months.
Ghosted him like James St.
Like James St. Pat.
He said Kanye did Ether.
No, I haven't tweeted at all recently.
Not that recent, like months. Yeah. And he was saying to kids, yo, kids, am I bugging?
My bad.
Never for you. He holds you at a pedestal and when he corrects you,
you gotta know.
It's like kids once recited the love got out the
window. You wanted to?
I made a mistake and said the 59 is a J line. Oh, this nigga.
I almost had tears in my eyes.
You know what we need to do now? We need to find a way. I'm actually gonna go through all your tweets now. Like, nah, nigga.
You get at me all the time, dog. You be trolling me all the time.
For your musical taste, dog. Because this nigga will come out of nowhere and be like, yo, you listen to the new Trippie Redd? I'm like,
hell yeah, that Trippie Redd fire, bro.
I'm like, bro, bro, come on. Like, expect more from yo, Trippie Redd is that nigga. You see the tattoo? You know what the tattoo says over here? I'm like,
I don't care about the image, me. I be caring about like, but you know, man, it's so much love, bro.
No, thank you, man. I appreciated this myself.
It feels like it's just the part one.
Yeah, true.
But we need like next year or something. We're gonna talk again.
Yeah, we need to link up.
Looking forward to the stuff that you're going to be doing more. I mean, I know you're gonna open up it's like a thought school for boys.
Yeah.
Super important.
It started already. I just haven't put it out on the gram yet because some things you just need to swim under the radar with. Yeah. And because of Mystery Scoop system, it's a very political thing. It's a very, not political, wrong word. It's a consciousness thing. Okay. It's and obviously I'm black, so it's a black consciousness thing. I'm just scared and worried, so I'm flowing under the radar with it. You know what I mean? But I've already started it, and it's yielding great results because I realized that a lot of these kids just don't have someone to listen to them. You know what I mean? They don't have someone who can sit there and just listen and take their burdens and then point them in a direction, you know? So that's all I'm trying to do is just let them know that someone does care, bro. And you really are special and you matter. So that's what it's about. The Mystery Scoop
so you can't
system.
say where it's at.
I'm not saying where it's at. Relax. I'm not saying where it's at. Just got a group of 10 kids. And then we meet up and we just chop it up, you know? It's also what I needed. It's also therapeutic for me.
Beautiful.
It's a symbiotic thing, two-way thing, because I get to hear their shit. And when I try and advise them and point them in the right direction, like they say, when you're preaching, sometimes it's not that you're preaching to people. Sometimes you're invoking those memories and those thoughts for yourself, you know? So that's what it does sometimes. And I love that. It just keeps you young, keeps you sharp, and it keeps you accountable. You know? So if I'm telling, like I said, I can't raise my son telling him something and I'm doing another. Same with these lighties. Because there's so much here in this proximity of mine in Joburg. You know, they're going to hold me accountable. And that's beautiful. You know what I mean?
Beautiful things, man.
No doubt.
Beautiful.
I wanted to say that thing where you said you don't celebrate your wins. I think that's they used to call it a trait of a visionary. Where
visionary.
If I ask you what's the best thing, wow, how to dumb that is there?
Whose line is that?
Eminem.
Whose line is that anyway?
Nah, but it's a beautiful thing. It's like I remember I asked I didn't even ask. I heard him being asked Kabir.
Mabelan.
What's the best thing you've done? He's like, it's still to come.
Yeah. I also feel that way. I really do feel that way. You know, and I think then I'll definitely pat myself on the back. But I just feel like, yo, man, we ain't done shit yet. Except pay bills.
Trust.
One thing AKA has said and that I live by is like, get over your victories as quick as you get over your losses.
Yeah. Yo, there's no nigga that gets over losses like AKA.
That nigga's a G.
But no, I don't understand how you'll be getting dragged on Twitter and then you just broke up with someone you were all over social media with. I mean, it's super mega time every time you enter the booth. And then the fact that you also make songs about it. You know how many niggas would run away from making a song like Beyonce? And that's one thing I admire about him. I'm like, yo, I ask him, I'm like, dog, how do you dust off and just go forward? So he's like, I also think it's that colored blood though. That colored blood, definitely. That colored blood, dog. It's a different thing, dog. It's a different thing. Colored people have got the best of both worlds, in my opinion. They've got this. How can I say?
Resilience.
They've got the resilience of a black folk, and then they've got the
detachment of a white
folk. They do. And they definitely do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And another thing that colored people have, and I went to a colored school in primary and in high school. I only got to a white school like later, Model C. Colored people have fucking self-belief, bruh.
Yeah.
Too much.
I won't lie, bruh. I won't lie. Like, Bazi Tembi, le boy. Oh, is it over? Oh, shit.
No, but that's
we going. We going.
Yeah, so fuck. Yeah, man. Mega. Yeah, no, but I don't know how he does it. But, and also, another thing about him is he's also been so volatile with his speech sometimes and just his persona. And he's still here. He's still here, bro.
He is, man.
Like remember when he said, "Hey, man, to the liquor brand, like they mustn't get them for opening acts, blah, blah, blah," and he was banned for a long time. Like, boom, Cruz comes in. Like he's just always getting taken care of, you know?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Hey man, that's next on my list. After having interviewed you today, a.k.a. is another one.
Mega. He'll definitely come through.
Yeah.
Megacy.
We spoke about it.
Yeah.
I asked him to, and he said he's cool.
He'll definitely come through, dog.
Real Megacy.
Bana.
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh, snap, man. Now we have to wrap it up without Kito here, man.
Can you control the machine there?
I don't know. We just have to stop afterwards, man.
Yeah. I guess we're done, man.
We're done. What's the time?
I mean, the time is the time, man.
Yeah.
You want to do your signing off, man?
Yo, any last words? You done?
Oh, yeah, pretty much done. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
No, thank you
so
bro.
much. You know, I really hope people listen, get out of your feelings, get into your senses,
Swag.
and then we'll be dope. And no one's perfect. We're all trying to make this work. Your intention does validate your actions, though. So thank you so much, and to the people that support me. I don't think I have fans because I don't make music and stuff, but I do have some real life supporters. I wouldn't be here still if it wasn't for you guys. So shout outs, and I thank you so much.
Love, man. Signing off, Lil Fred. Lalange Brooklyn, Vugange Green Tea. Shout out, Chup Chup.
Shout out to my moms. We out.